I clearly awakened the power to control lightning. But my classmates mocked me as a useless nobody, just because the lightning I summoned was only the size of a caterpillar, and the electricity was weaker than a Nanfu battery. So I ended up at the bottom among the abilities users. Seeing this, my fiancé broke up with me in front of everyone. Even my best buddies from before cut ties with me completely. But I wasn't mad at all. I just sneered inside. As a transmigrator, I know how strong lightning powers can be. I mastered the Daoist Five Thunders technique, the golden light charm of Mount Longhu, the stealthy lightning steps, and soul-shaking thunder. In my original world, these were top-level spells. No way, it's some trash power with 0 damage. Right now, I'm sitting in class, thinking this over. Suddenly, a cold voice from the podium disrupted my thoughts. Let me emphasize again. There's a risk of death in the martial arts college entrance exam. If your awakened power is below D rank, I suggest you don't choose the martial exam. It's still not too late to change your application now. After homeroom teacher Chun Fan finished speaking, his gaze stopped on me. Of course, I got his meaning. Every year, many first stage awakened die in the exam, and I'm the first student to retake it with a level 1 power.
But I
Still stubbornly met the mocking look from my teacher. At that exact moment, a system notification sounded in my mind. Deep blue system activating. Seeing I'm still set on the 5-subject exam, teacher Chun Fan started to get sarcastic. You're really not switching to the written exam? With your ability, you'd just be cannon fodder. Why not pick the safer written exam and just be a regular person? I ignored Chun Fan's sarcasm. If you want to survive here, passing the 5-subject exam and getting stronger is the only way. Besides, I just activated my system. Even though I still don't know what this system does yet, I'm sure it's not bad. After school, I rushed home right away. My parents died to monsters years ago, so I'm all alone now, which makes it easy for me to check out the system. When I start up deep blue in my mind, lightning blue arcs form around me. Blue lightning flashed everywhere. I looked like a human lightning ball. Screeching arcs crackled all around. Endless bolts of thunder flooded the living room. In a split second, everything it touched exploded. Such a huge blast. Of course, caught the neighbors' attention. Some people already called the fire department. Others got so scared, they just ran out. But I didn't notice any of that. Still caught up in my power's transformation. It might also be because of my ability changing. The clear sky outside turned stormy in seconds. It was like night fell all at once. Thunder rumbled non-stop. Purple lightning snaked through the clouds like dragons. Such weird weather changes made everyone in Jiangcheng panic. People started to wonder if a lightning-wielding beast was about to invade the city. The army stationed in Jiangcheng was on high alert too, getting into rare battle mode. Meanwhile, my transformation was reaching its final stage. A bolt of purple thunder crashed down from above, like a dragon entering my body. The lightning swirling around me surged straight in like a tide. With a roar from me, the change was done. Purple lightning kept rising out of me, making my eyes glow bright. My power now is way beyond what it was before, because the power I just awakened is one of the 10 ancient. The godly Zixao thunder that can destroy worlds. When I calmed down from the excitement, I realized how much chaos I'd caused. The whole living room looked like a missile hit it. Couldn't find a single thing still intact. Good thing I got control at the last second. If not, the thunder could have blasted a hole through the whole building. Just then, urgent knocking sounded at my door. Before I could react,
bang.
The door got kicked right off its hinges. Next thing, a squad of firefighters rushed in. Seeing there was no fire, and a living person was standing there, they were stunned, facing the firefighters that showed up. I just simply explained, I have lightning powers. That blast was me awakening my ability. No one was hurt. Didn't tell them the whole truth though. Hearing there were no casualties, they just left in a hurry. After they left, I grabbed the spear leaning on the wall and walked out after them. Tomorrow's the big exam for me. Before that, I gotta know just how strong the godly Zixao thunder has made me. My next stop is Thunder Martial Arts Gym. I heard the gym's owner has lightning powers too. No idea if someday I'll open up a gym of my own. Soon I reach the gym lobby. But I spotted a familiar figure in the crowd. I smiled and said hi to the tall girl in front of me. Sister Ki, you at Thunder Gym too? She's my cousin, Tang Ki. Since I lost my parents young, my aunt, who also lives in Zhangcheng, would check in on me a lot. So over time, I got pretty close to my cousin. But once Tang Ki awakened a bull-level power, and I only had a first level one, we didn't talk much anymore. She was surprised to see me here, paused for a second, and nodded, saying she was with a friend. After a couple lines of small talk, I politely excused myself, guess in her mind, we're no longer in the same world. Right after I left, the tall girl next to Tang Ki asked curiously, who was that guy? When she found out I'm Tang Ki's cousin, her eyes lit up. Could I finally get a boyfriend? But then, Tang Ki's words killed her vibe instantly. Zhao Ye, my cousin only has a level 1 power. He has to take the 5-subject exam like us. After hearing that, Zhao Ye went back to her usual cold self. Everyone has their own clique. People in the same circle have similar strength. Even though Zhao Ye is a sucker for looks, she had zero interest in me. A guy with them joked. Brave of him to take the 5-subject exam with a level 1 power. Gotta admit, that's gutsy. Even if he's just going to die. Tang Ki just sighed, shook my head, obviously didn't want to keep talking about it, then walked off in the opposite direction. Meanwhile, I had no idea that my leaving caused so much gossip. By then, I was already in the training room. First time to test myself. No powers used, just to see my own physical strength. I gripped my spear and thrust it hard at the round target ahead. A sharp, ear-splitting crash. The metal target dented in with a massive curve. A deep arc left behind. A number popped up on the smart screen nearby. My eyes lit up. Just in terms of raw physical power, I'm several times stronger than before. Most first-tier low-level awakeners can only deal about 300 calories worth of damage with their ability. But this wasn't even my full strength. I tossed the spear carelessly to the ground, then held out one finger. In an instant, a bolt of purple lightning shot at the target. The next second, the target dented in deeply, and stayed that way. On the screen, an even wilder number flashed up.
I gasped in shock.
That's S-level power for you. My attack strength now can match a first-tier top awakener. No wonder. Everyone here worships high-tier abilities. The gap between abilities is just that huge. But 3,000 calories still isn't my limit. I took a deep breath, channeled the violet sky lightning onto my spear. Lightning strike. A flash of electricity filled the training room. The spear turned into a purple-black dragon and shot toward the wall. With a thunderous boom, the whole room started shaking from the impact. When the lightning faded, the memory metal target on the wall had melted into a puddle, completely beyond repair, while the smart screen nearby started beeping non-stop. Unable to display any stats. My overall power has been upgraded. Looks like tomorrow's big exam will be interesting. After mumbling to myself, I put away my spear and calmly walked out of the room. At the same time, while I was using lightning strike just now, Tang Ki and his group just happened to walk past the room. The surge of power surprised them. Zhao Ye, not wearing a dress, frowned, said with doubt, I thought this room was for high school students. To train in. Could it be one of our Jiangcheng geniuses? Training inside? Let's see which prodigy is in there. The sudden commotion immediately piqued Tang Ki and his friend's interest. They turned towards the training room. But the next moment, at the corner, they ran into me, walking toward them with my spear. Tang Ki didn't expect to meet me again. He froze for a second, then snapped out of it. Heading home? Training's done? Yeah, want to prep a bit more at home. I didn't say much more, just left straight away. Tang Ki didn't say much either. Even though I'm his cousin, I'm only a level 1 power user, and still stubbornly taking the big exam. Honestly, shows I don't really get my own strength. Tang Ki and his friends didn't stop because of me. They kept walking, still searching for the energy source. There aren't many training rooms nearby, so they quickly found the room I just used. The moment they saw inside, and the spiderweb cracked walls, their eyes went wide, in shock. Even usually cold Tang Ki couldn't help but gasp. Even memory metal was totally wrecked. Just how strong was that attack? The guy who teased me before looked stunned too. The leftover energy still crackled with violent power. Whoever unleashed that attack might not be a level 2 user, but must be peak tier 1 at least. Jia looked totally shocked. No way a high schooler could hit that hard. Even at peak tier 1, there's no one that strong in Jiangcheng. Tongqi started suspecting something. Did we just run into my cousin earlier? Could he possibly have done all this? He's been hiding his strength? But quickly, he dismissed the crazy thought. A loser with only a level 1 power. Couldn't possibly. 'Cause damage on par with a level 2 user. The next morning I got up early, suited up for the big test, and headed for the military zone where it's held. At the same time, in a famous villa community in Jiangcheng, Tongqi was also gearing up to leave. Suddenly, a wealthy-looking woman stopped him. Zhao Qi, your cousin's in the same exam room, right? If you see him, you have to help him. After all, your cousin only has level 1 powers. It's really dangerous during the big test.
Tongqi agreed impatiently.
Because even with his own special type B power, Shadow Cat, he can't guarantee a perfect score in the exam. Not to mention, his cousin who's only got level 1 abilities. Plus the test map is huge. Once inside, chances of meeting are pretty much 0. Meanwhile, I quickly arrived at the school's meeting area. It was already packed, found the team from Jiangcheng No too high, and walked right over. As time passed slowly, when the last student for the Wu-K exam checked in, all the buses lined up and drove toward the military test site. Once there, what I saw first was a temporary stage built on an open field. Behind the stage was a fenced-off area with the ruins of a shattered town. Inside, you could see beast shadows darting around and hear the roars and snarls of monsters, which got everyone talking. I think I just saw a unicorn rhino. Can't believe they even put that in. These exam questions are brutal this year. The complaining never stopped. But suddenly, a loud voice rang out from the students. So what if there's a unicorn rhino? If you can't handle a beast like that, even if you get into the ability college, you'll never become great. It was a boy with a long sword, his face sharp and confident, and his eyes were like hawks, giving off crazy pressure. Many students got angry when they heard that. They turned to argue, but as soon as they saw him, everyone went silent. They looked embarrassed and kept quiet. This whole scene felt pretty amazing to me as I watched. So I turned to a tall guy holding a long blade and asked, "Who is that guy?" "He sure talks big." The guy with the blade just jerked his chin. He replied unhappily, "Who else could it be?" "Zhou Mingyang, the sword of Qingfeng from First High." Then I suddenly understood. First High in Jiangcheng is the most prestigious high school in the city. The students they train are all tough. Every year for the top 10 in 5 subjects. Almost all come from First High. As for Zhou Mingya,
He's one of the top students at First High this year.
he doesn't just have high-speed Class B wind powers, Gale Sprint, but he's also famous for his sword skills with the Qingfeng blade. Impressive. Sword training is all about charging forward with that vibe. The principal of First High saw this and nodded in satisfaction. The other principals just looked jealous. If our school had a student like that, we wouldn't have to worry about always losing to First High. Soon, all the students from over 40 buses entered the open area. They lined up by school and class. At the front of each class, their homeroom teachers stood with them. At that moment, a middle-aged man in military uniform walked out. He just glanced over the crowd, and then all the students who were chatting went instantly quiet. If Zhou Mingyang's eyes were intimidating, this officer's stare was downright scary, like coming face to face with a wild beast. Just meeting his eyes makes your heart race. "I'm Wang Haiyang, chief examiner for the Jiangcheng martial arts exam. Let me remind you of the exam rules." Wang Haiyang's voice rang out across the space. He didn't use a mic, but still, everyone heard him loud and clear. The exam starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 9 p.m. The testing area is the ruins town behind me. Both the outer and middle parts of the ruins are home to non-ranked or first-rank beasts. The core area is full of rank 1 or higher beasts. And deep in the very heart, there are rank 2 beasts lurking. I couldn't help but smile in my team. The rules are simple. The higher level the beast you take down, the more points you get, the more you kill. the more points you get too. Back then, I only ever dared to hunt beasts near the edge. But now I'm confident enough to head to the core area. Maybe even go all the way to the very center. After Wang Haiyang finished explaining the rules,
He waved his hand.
a big truck drove up from not far away. When the truck doors opened, there were rows of black tactical backpacks inside. Each one had 3 items. A smartwatch for tracking your score. There's also a map of the ruins town inside, so students can check their location. And the last thing is an energy bar to quickly restore your strength when used. And finally, a safety ball, which, once activated, creates a high-voltage net that regular beasts can't break. But using it means your exam ends early. It's now 8:40. After everyone picked up their tactical backpack, students started to get active. Any teams need a tank? I've got a D-class enhancement power. I can both absorb hits and deal damage. This exam is so tough. You basically have to form a team. C-class psychic ability here. I can slow down beasts thinking to a point. Any team interested? Teaming up during our exam isn't against the rules, but the points for killing beasts as a team get split among all members. So, most people still choose to go solo. But after seeing that horned rhino earlier, everyone realized this exam's gonna be way harder than before. So even students planning to go it alone started looking for teammates now. Wanna join our team? We're missing a support attacker. Your lightning power would be perfect. A pretty girl walked over to me. I was a bit surprised. Didn't expect someone would actually invite me. Most guys would have said yes without a second thought. If a beauty like her asked, but I just frowned. This girl's name is Lin Qingyuan. She's the class president of Class 5. And she's always been a kind and gentle person. She helps students who have trouble. So she's probably inviting me because she wants to help me out. But this is the martial arts entrance exam. No one wants a weak link on their team. Sure enough, Lin Qingyuan's teammates all looked upset in an instant. I quickly turned her down. First, I didn't want to make things awkward for her. And second, my goal is to be the top scorer in Jiangcheng. Honestly, I'm worried they'll hold me back. Soon it was exactly 9 o'clock. As soon as Wang Haiyang announced the start, over 1,400 test takers dashed into the ruins like a swarm of locusts. Under this hype, I pulled out my spear, laughed, and rushed in with the crowd. The ruins looked like a huge abyss, swallowing up all the students. Soon the open ground outside was empty. Switch on the ruins cameras and the drones. Time to start the live broadcast. Once Wang Haiyang gave the order, tons of drones flew into the ruins. Over 10,000 cameras went live at once too. All this footage will be shared with the education department and school leaders. Even freshmen and sophomores in every school will get to watch. The ruins town, even though it's just a tiny village under Jiangcheng, covers a huge area, with over 1,400 kids going in. It's like dropping a single drop into the ocean. There's not even a ripple. However, so many people rushing in at once still caught a lot of beasts' attention. They all hid away instead. So, all the teams and solo players started moving out, heading deeper into the ruins. Zhou Mingyang from First High, once he entered, immediately used his powers to ride the gale, rushing straight for the heart of the area.
To him,
Beasts on the edge were never his targets. I picked a direction too, grabbed my spear and ran in quickly. I turned on my smartwatch at the same time, ready to check out the map. But the moment I switched it on, a ranking chart of scores popped up. First place catches your eye, Zhou Mingyang with 7 points. No wonder he's the top pick from the best high school. He took down a beast so fast. I quickly checked the map, headed straight for the core area. But just moments later, a beast about the size of a leopard blocked my path. Its blood-red eyes locked onto me. I know the beast encyclopedia well, so I instantly recognized it as a shadow cat. It's a super common beast, but that doesn't mean it's easy to deal with. Lots of test takers each year fall to its sharp claws. Before I could react, the shadow cat made the first move. With a bloodthirsty growl, it went right for its prey. It charged at me head-on. When it was just 3 meters away, it raised its claws, aimed at my head, and swung hard. It looked like it already expected a win. On the shadow cat's fierce face, there was even a strangely human-like excitement. But in the next second, a black spear flashed by, pinning the shadow cat in midair like an emperor striking down a worm, killed a non-ranked beast. Shadow cat +3 ability points. I jerked my right hand, using momentum to pull the spear out from the cat's body. This shadow cat probably never saw a spear before, brave enough to jump right at me, was basically asking to die. Unlike other bulky beasts, shadow cats are incredibly agile. Their charge speed can hit a crazy 17 meters per second. Most beasts can escape if they can't win. But if it's a shadow cat, you can't even run. You only get hunted down. So, shadow cats are nicknamed rookie killers. Normally, I wouldn't be able to finish one off in a single hit. But this shadow cat made a fatal mistake. It actually tried to fight me head-on. Seems it had no clue a spear is king of all weapons. Longer means stronger. That's for real. Also, the system just notified me I got ability points. Which means ability points must be how the system tracks my power growth. So basically, the more beasts I take down, the stronger I get. That surprise discovery made me more eager to head for the center area. I grabbed the spear and kept going deeper, forward. Compared to Zhou Mingyang, who uses element abilities, my charge isn't that fast. But as I moved, I kept killing beasts too. During the fights, I didn't use any abilities. I just relied on my own physical strength. Part of it is to train my spear skills, get more fight experience, since these low-ranked beasts would get instantly killed if I used my purple lightning, so that wouldn't help me improve. Also, the stronger the abilities, the more energy it takes. When I used my basic ability, weak electricity lasted for a whole 3 hours. But with this class abilities, barely even an hour. And remember, the martial arts exam lasts 12 hours. If I burn all my abilities early on, I won't have anything left for later stages. Plus, after every fight, I can feel my battle awareness and spear skills improving. Seems like I'm getting close to one with the spear. Never had this feeling before. Did my spear skills just quietly break through? I stood on the corpse of a beast with one foot, talking to myself. The beast under me was as big as a car, with sharp horns on its head. Even dead, it still gave off a fierce vibe. That's the one beast everyone dreads, the horned rhino. By now, the martial arts exam has gone on for over 3 hours. Along the way, I wasn't even hunting intentionally, but I've run into over 40 beasts. I've racked up 213 ability points. On my system screen, 2 new options appeared. Advanced spear skill, ready to upgrade. Lightning wind break. Beginner, ready to upgrade. After thinking for a moment, couldn't resist the urge to power up quickly. Clicked the plus button next to spear skill. Suddenly, tons of spear skills flooded my mind like a tidal wave. Those memories weren't just passing flashes. Not something you'd forget after a quick look. They felt like I'd actually trained for decades. Just like the real work I'd put in on spear skills. After the upgrade finished, I lunged forward with the spear. In just 1 second, the black spear stabbed 4 times in the air, like a black dragon. The friction with the air almost made me hear a dragon's roar. Just with this spear technique, I could take down rank 1 beasts. I expected an upgrade would make me stronger, but didn't think it'd be a huge leap in power. But after upgrading my spear skills to high level, I only have a measly 13 ability points left. To take my spear skills to the next level, I'll need to kill more monsters. I'm currently at the edge of the outer zone. In about another half hour, I should be able to enter the central region. There, I believe my rate of farming points will speed up. But as I put away my spear to leave, at the end of the road ahead, several other candidates appeared. It was a 5-person team led by Lin Qingyuan, who had invited me before the exam. What are you doing here? After Lin Qingyuan spotted me, she took long strides and quickly walked over to me. What a coincidence, Monitor. I've run into other candidates on the way, but I didn't recognize any of them. This is my first time seeing a classmate. A faint smile appeared on my face. I didn't expect to run into you here. Did you get here all by yourself? Lin Qingyuan looked around, seeing no one else nearby, and asked me curiously. As for her 4 teammates, they were also surprised to see me alone. Generally speaking, after 3 hours, many D-rank awakeners have been eliminated. Yet this E-rank piece of trash should have been disqualified long ago. But here he is, standing perfectly fine, faced with Lin Qinyuan's confusion. I actually said a few extra words. I just got lucky. The monsters I met weren't that strong. Time is tight, monitor. Let's talk after the exam. After saying that, I turned and left. Lin Qinyuan also knew. Every second counts in the combat exam. So she didn't try to stop me. She just watched my back, looking dazed. I can't believe he made it this far. Captain, come look. This one-horned rhino seems to have died only moments ago. A sudden shout snapped Lin Qinyuan back to reality. The others were gathered around the rhino, all talking at once. The blood from the wound isn't dry yet. It must have died in the last few minutes. Looking at the shape of the wound, it looks like a spear thrust. This one-horned rhino. It wasn't killed by that level 1 trash, was it? One of the boys looked skeptical. They only dared to fight it because they had 5 people. To say a level 1 loser soloed this rhino, no one would believe it. Was it him? Just check the rankings and find out. Another boy opened his smartwatch. Surprisingly, he found me very quickly. He's at 256 points, ranked 46th. After seeing this rank, the rest of the team rubbed their eyes in shock. A question rose in their minds. Are level 1 awakeners this tough nowadays? Even the captain, Lin Qinyuan, couldn't help but widen her eyes. The weakling she wanted to help had been hiding such terrifying strength. Meanwhile, on the other side, in the stands outside the exam site, officials and teachers were reviewing the ranked students. Rank 1 is Zhou Mingyang with 412 points. He must be slaying in the central zone. His swift wind is great for moving fast. It looks like the top 10 will be mostly from first high again, unlike the envious looks of others. Principal Liu, the man of the hour, looked proud. In the current top 10, except for one student from third high, everyone else is from first high. Zhou Mingyang is our city's ace. He should make it into the top 100 in Jiangnan province. A chubby man in the front row nodded slightly. He is Jiang Wenshen, the bureau chief. Speaking of Jiang City, it has been many years since we had a top 100 provincial student. Principal Liu, sitting next to Jiang, also felt a bit emotional. Jiang City is in the remote north, and resources are very scarce. We're at the bottom of the province's 24 cities. Consequently, the provincial education funding is very low. Because of this, in every martial arts exam, Jiang City hasn't performed very well. Jiang Wenshen summarized the situation with satisfaction. First high's education has always satisfied me. Third high did well this time too. But what's wrong with second high? Their best student is only 18th. The principal of third high beamed with a wide smile after the praise. In this year's class, we indeed have a very talented student. In comparison, Principal Zhao of second high felt awkward. You see, second high usually beats third high, but this year it's reversed. He searched the rankings for a long time and found only 8 students from second high in the top 50. What surprised him even more was that 7 were from the elite class. But who is the other student? I have no memory of him at all. Principal Zhao knew his top students by heart, but he had never heard of this last one. After thinking for a moment, he let it go. But sitting in the back row, Chun Fan, the teacher of class 5, was completely stunned. He knew everything about me. He's just an awakener with a level 1 trash talent. How could he reach the top 50? Most absurdly, in class 5. The highest ranked student is actually him. Chun Fan was completely baffled. Could a level 1 talent suddenly become S rank? Unfortunately, the main screen only shows the top 10. There are thousands of small screens, making it impossible to find his footage. With no footage, and no idea how he got such a high score, Chun Fan's face looked like he'd eaten crap. He was dying to know, but there was nothing he could do. Back in the ruined town, I finally reached the central zone. Compared to the outer zone, the monsters here are more numerous and stronger. Holding my spear, I walked down the debris-filled streets. This was once the place hit hardest by monsters in the town. The exam is meant to test our strength, but also to let awakeners witness the destructive power of these beasts. The government's protection of citizens is truly absolute. As I was thinking, a tiger-like monster appeared. It sprang out from the ruins. Its biggest difference from a tiger is that its bones are exposed all over its body. Stage 1 fierce beast, wall blade tiger. I narrowed my eyes. Just like the shadow cat, it's also a common fierce beast. But its aura is clearly much more intense. As the wall blade tiger kept closing in, instead of backing up, I charged forward. Dragging my spear, I rushed at it. The spear scraped along the ruined concrete road, making a harsh, screeching sound. Sparks flew everywhere. Perfect chance to test my spear skills on you. As a stage 1 beast, this wall blade tiger had already developed some intelligence. Seeing such a weak human right in front of it, daring to attack first, with its violent nature, it let out a furious roar, and then charged like a tank. But I wasn't scared at all, not a hint of panic in my eyes. I gripped my right hand harder, the spear dragging on the ground, spun out like a big windmill. With a squelching sound, the beast, the lower-ranked wall blade tiger, had no time to react. My strike punched a hole as big as a bowl in its belly. If it were any normal fierce beast hit like that, it would have lost the will to move. But this wall blade tiger just wailed in pain and came at me even crazier, since I didn't use any powers. I didn't expect to kill it in one shot, so I stood my ground with my spear. In less than a minute, this Stage 1 beast, strong enough to beat 99% of test takers, was stabbed by me like a sieve. With its death, the system prompt sounded. Killed a Stage 1 fierce beast. Wall blade tiger, power crush mode. My eyes lit up. Turns out the closer the beast to the core area, the more power points I get. Gotta hurry and hunt more beasts. So I didn't stop for a second. Put away my spear, strapped it to my back, and ran toward the densest beast roars. Kept moving fast. Based on beast levels, the ruined town is divided into 4 zones. Outer zone, middle core, and inner core. Most test takers can only operate in the outer zone. Only a few can enter the middle. But in the dangerous core area, even those from Zhangcheng, the rocket class of No 1 high school, have to think twice. As for the inner core zone with stage 2 beasts, almost no one in Zhangcheng can reach it. That place is only for the top from the provincial capital. But with my S-level Divine Thunder, I can manage it. But since my power stamina is limited, I decided to stay in the middle zone for now, and enter the core only during the final 2 hours, to go all out for the last burst of points. So, I started a crazy hunting spree in the middle zone, without using any powers, just relying on my strong body and my spear skills to fight the beasts. I didn't stop for a moment, either fighting beasts or looking for the next one. As I killed more and more beasts, my power points on the system panel shot up, and my Gaokao scores soared too. But I had no idea. That scene outside caused a huge sensation. During the 5-subject Gaokao, every principal and head teacher is on site. Since the director of education is here, no one would leave early. By the way, the Gaokao scores I used to allocate school funds for the next semester, so everyone cares a lot about the results. Of course, since the test takes long, the military provides food for principals and teachers.
Now,
Principals and teachers from all schools just finished lunch, and we're heading back to the stands. No, 1 high still as strong as ever. Almost all top 10 are their students. They get the most education funds every year. And their students are the best in Zhangcheng, so their scores aren't a surprise. Actually, our No 2 high is doing okay this year too. 8 of us made the top 50. In past years, 5 or 6 was good. But this year, No 3 is even fiercer. They broke right into the top 10. So it's awkward for us. No 2 high's teachers were chatting as they walked, discussing with each other. No 1 high has a deep educational foundation, so they're not surprised at those top spots. But how No 3 did it, they can't accept. Unlike the worried look on other teachers, Chun Fan was secretly grinning in the crowd. Never expected the student he looked down on. Actually ranked 46th. Looks like
he might just get that top homeroom teacher bonus this year.
Just as Chun Fan was about to check my ranking again, to make sure his bonus was locked in, his eyes widened in the next second. What the heck? How did he suddenly jump to 25th place? Jumped up so much at once. There are over 1,400 test takers, so some changes are normal. But to jump over 20 spots in the top 50, that's rare. This got the other note too high teacher's attention. There's even an ordinary class student in the top 50. Is he really from an ordinary class? That's insane. Principal Zhao from No, too high already in the stands, narrowed his eyes, and was thinking hard, as a C-rank psychic.
He'd already memorized the rankings.
My sharp rise in the standings naturally caught his eye. After some careful calculating, his expression turned excited. Climbed over 20 places at once. He must have killed at least 3 stage 1 beasts in no time. With that skill, even if he can't match Zhou Mingyang and the first tier, it's definitely top 10 material. After that excitement, he got confused again. When did our school get someone this good? Unlike the calm outside the exam, things in the ruined town started to stir, because the top 50 students noticed. Their rankings kept dropping, while a student no one had ever heard of suddenly charged from 40-something to the teens, and still wasn't stopping. Scores kept climbing, closing in on the top 10. This absurd situation had the top students feeling a huge sense of crisis. The final showdown for the Gaokao leaderboard was starting early. All students in the top 50 rushed to the very core area. A big battle is about to start? When did our school get a student this strong? Principal Zhao Yao was puzzled. As per the Xian Nation rules, every principal in the country and city-level education directors must be at least a stage 1 power user. Principal Zhao Yao, although he hadn't seen Su Jingming fight,
he could tell Su's power from the rapid ranking jump.
Through just that sudden change, the other 2 principals and the director could tell as well. Director Jiang Wenshen nodded slightly. Principal Zhao, looks like your school has some good students. That Su Jingming must have been holding back before. Now that he's going for it, his ranking shot right up. Looks like he's around top 10 now. Principal Liu Heng of No, one high asked as well. By the way, what power did this student awaken? Never heard of him before. Jiang Wenshen was puzzled too. If someone is this strong, he shouldn't be unknown. To be honest, Su Jingming suddenly broke out today during the Gaokao about his details. I need to ask his homeroom teacher to find out more. Facing Director Jiang Wenshen's question, Zhao Yao called homeroom teacher Chen Fan over. So, under the envious gaze of other teachers at No 2 High School, Chen Fan sat next to the principal. For an ordinary homeroom teacher like Chen Fan, the Education Bureau director and the principals, all of whom are awakeners, are definitely big shots, being stared at by them. It's natural that he looked a bit nervous. He answered with a smile. Director, as far as I know, Su Jingming has only awakened level 1 weak electric ability. Level 1 ability. The principal frowned again. Mr. Chen, are you sure you remember correctly? Principal, I didn't get it wrong. Right before the college entrance exam, I reminded him. Not to take all 5 subject exams, Chen Fan said with a bitter smile. Honestly, even as his homeroom teacher, I'm a bit doubtful. Maybe there was a mistake back then during the Awakener registration. Just a level 1 ability, but he's come this far. It seems Su Jingming must have some other strengths. He must be outstanding in other ways. Director Jiang Wenshen looked thoughtful. Too bad he didn't make the top 10. We can't see his battle footage yet. The live broadcast system for the martial arts exam runs according to custom programming set by the province. Even he can't interfere. Trying to find Su Jingming among thousands of fixed camera feeds is like finding a needle in a haystack. Let's wait. With his skills, he should break into the top 10 soon. Although Su Jingming's situation is quite unique, but as the Education Bureau director, he still has the patience to wait. Guess we just wait then. No, 2 high schools principal Zhao Yao nodded too, and stopped Chen Fan, who was about to return to his seat. Also, Mr. Chen, just stay here.
Hearing this,
Chen Fan looked delighted. Not every teacher gets the chance to sit with the director and principals like this. Time passed slowly. The rankings for all 5 subjects were constantly changing. Among all those rankings, there was one name steadily climbing. Number 25, Su Jingming. Number 21, Su Jingming. Number 16, Su Jingming. Number 9, Su Jingming. It's been not even an hour, and Su Jingming has entered the top 10. Su Jingming did it. He really made the top 10. Homeroom teacher Chen Fan looked so excited. As just a basic homeroom teacher, he never dreamed a student from his class could enter Jiang Cheng's top 10. Top 10. Principal Zhao Yao of No. 2 High finally relaxed. Otherwise, he'd always be losing to No. 3 High. That wouldn't look good for him as principal. Now, finally, we can see how Su Jingming got into the top 10. Director Jiang Winshen of the Education Bureau looked up with anticipation. After a moment, the virtual projection for the 9th place flickered. It was replaced by a tall young man's figure. The youth was dressed in black combat attire. His face was resolute. His eyes were sharp and focused. He held a 2-meter-long black spear. The tip was sharp and deadly. Blood stains on it added a scary touch. At his feet lay several dead beasts. Nearby, another beast crouched nervously, afraid to approach. A one-spear beasts, the whole scene. All these elements combined give off a fierce, powerful vibe. Next moment, the youth moved the spear lashed out like a dragon. It all happened in an instant. That last beast didn't even have time to react before it was killed in one strike. That was so fast. Such a fast attack. It was like lightning. His speed was almost on par with wind-type awakeners. But isn't he an electrical type awakened? Seeing that lightning fast, Black Shadow instantly take down the Shadow Cat Beast. All in one move. The teachers in the audience were stunned. Fast, that's their first impression of Su Jingming. Homeroom teacher Chun Fan's eyes widened. Since the school schedules practical training classes, he basically knows most students' fighting ability in his class. But in practical courses, Su Jingming's skill was just barely average. Definitely not at today's level. Wow, he really fooled me for so long. Having this kind of spear technique, why not show it off sooner? He just had to wait to shine in the entrance exam. Well, with such spear skills, even with only level 1 ability, he can still get a good grade. Chun Fan nodded slightly. So it looks like telling him not to take the martial arts entrance exam was kind of unnecessary. A strong physique and powerful spear skills, huh? Principal Zhao Yao of No. 2 High let out a deep breath, then shook his head. What a shame. Yeah, too bad. Director Jiang Winshen of the Education Bureau was also disappointed. A strong body and weapon skills are good advantages during the awakening phase. But as time goes on, levels get higher and higher. Those advantages gradually fade. After all, awakeners mainly rely on their abilities to fight. If only he had a T-class ability, with that physique and spear technique, he'd absolutely be Jiang Cheng's number 1. But he only has level 1 ability. Director Jiang Winshen couldn't help but sigh again. Compared to the regret the principal and director felt, homeroom teacher Chun Fan was pretty relaxed. As long as Su Jingming keeps his top 10 spot until the exam ends, he's sure to be admitted to a good awakeners college. Of course, even if Su Jingming stops fighting beasts now, with these results at the end of the exam, he can still go to an awakeners university. It just wouldn't be as nice, that's all. And compared to the failing or even fatal results Chain expected, his current score is way better than he ever thought. Killed 1 level 1 shadow demon cat. Ability points +9. In the ruined town, Su Jingming had just finished off a shadow cat and listened to the notification in his mind. He felt pretty satisfied. There are way more beasts in the central part of the ruined town than he expected. He's only been here a bit over an hour and already killed more than 20 lower-level beasts, plus over 10 top-tier non-ranking beasts. His system panel now shows ability points accumulated at 312 points. Nice. Sure enough, the efficiency is better in the central area. Killing beasts is way faster here. Su Jingming nodded with satisfaction. Then he heard the sound of spinning propellers. A drone flew over from the distance. It hovered about 30 meters above his head, tracking and filming. The drone. Looks like I've entered the top 10. Su Jingming opened his smartwatch and checked his ranking. Number 9, Su Jingming, 607 points. Jiangcheng Second High School.
He did make it into the top 10.
Su Jingming smiled. The appearance of the tracking drone. This shows how his upcoming battles will go. The whole process will be on display for everyone. Even when he uses his powers later on, his level Purple Sky Divine Thunder will get exposed. After all, The S-level purple sky divine thunder he summons is remarkable. There's no way to fake it as a weak level 1 power. Of course, Su Jingming never planned to hide it. The martial arts college entrance exam is all about testing a student's strength and potential. The better your martial arts exam results, the more choices you get. Only a fool would hide their powers and give up the chance for more points. Su Jingming narrowed his eyes and opened his system info panel. Name, Su Jingming. Awakened power, purple sky divine thunder, S level. Physique, 141. Blood and spirit, 160 Hz plus gun skills. Advanced lightning storm break. Basic power points, 312. I've got over 300 power points now. But the level still can't be upgraded. There isn't a plus sign next to the level. Su Jingming frowned. There can only be two reasons for this. First possibility, evolving from awakened to power user, requires a huge number of points. Even 300 points aren't enough. Second possibility, becoming a power user has some requirements. If those requirements aren't met, the system can't upgrade your level. To evolve from awakened to power user, you need to learn a power cultivation method first. Looks like I haven't learned a power cultivation method yet, so I can't level up. Su Jingming guessed silently. Power cultivation method is the basic requirement to advance from awakened to power user. Even the worst power cultivation method costs over 1,000,000 yuan. With Su Jingming's current wealth, he obviously can't buy power skills. He thought having the system would let him bypass this requirement. But turns out he was wrong. Still, with my current fighting power, I can match real power users. I'll just wait till I get into Power University after the exam. Learn the power cultivation method, and become a true power user then. Su Jingming didn't dwell on it. The most important thing right now is how to use these 300 plus points. For now, only basic stats and battle records can be upgraded. Battle records don't matter right now, so I'll just focus on boosting basic stats. Thinking about it, Su Jingming allocated all his power points to his two main basic stats. He put 200 points into physique and 112 into spirit. Physique, 141,181. Blood plus spirit, 160,182. With his basic stats boosted, Su Jingming felt a surge of strength throughout his body. His mind was clearer than ever. He used to be tired from rushing around and the fights he'd been through. But that fatigue disappeared instantly. Awesome! Su Jingming laughed out loud. He skillfully spun his obsidian spear with a flourish. His speed and strength were way better than before. With a body like this, plus my advanced gun skills, even the mid-tier beasts in the core zone can be taken down without using powers. I'd still kill them easily. At this moment, Su Jingming felt totally confident in his abilities. There are stronger and more beasts in the core zone. Since my strength is up again, there's no need to stay in the central zone. I'll head straight for the core area. He shook his spear, and because of the inertia, all the blood stuck to it was flung off. He then slung the spear over his back. Su Jingming glanced at the map and charged toward the core area. With his stronger physique, his speed in this moment was even faster than Zhou Mingyang with wind powers. Just a bit quicker, and behind him, his camera drone followed closely like a shadow. Ruins Town Central area. As its throat was slashed by a sharp knife, blood gushed out. This Tier 1 shadow cat collapsed with a thud. Behind him, Tong Qi's slender figure, holding a knife, slowly appeared. We saw. He was cloaked in a layer of purple-black cat-shaped energy. The cat ears on his head moved naturally, making him look full of life. B-class enhancement power, Shadow Phantom. When activated, greatly boosts his sprint speed. Also reflexes and attack power. With this B-class power, even as just an executor, he was able to kill a Tier 1 beast. Of course, he also practices power cultivation methods. He's still a ways from becoming a full power user. But his physical strength is solid, so he's not weak at all. But killing a Tier 1 low-level beast is already his limit, and that's exactly why he only dares to prowl the central area and won't go near the Tier 1 mid-beasts that occupy the core area to save his supernatural energy. After finishing off the beast, Tong Qi exited Shadow Cat mode. The swirling cat-shaped energy around him vanished. His cat eye pupils faded back to normal. He checked his smartwatch, saw his ranking. Brows furrowed. Rank 12, Tang Qi. 567 points. Jiancheng No, 1 high school. He dropped a spot. He instinctively looked further up, wondering who knocked him down the charts. But he didn't expect at the 9th rank. He saw a familiar name. Su Jingming from NOF, 2 high. 607 points. 9th place. Tang Qi was stunned for a second. Took a while to process. He pictured a figure standing tall with a spear on his back. So yesterday's big hit was by Jingming, my cousin. He had suspected it before. But he thought the name on the chart was just someone with the same name as his cousin. Both from No 2 high. And even had identical names. What are the odds of that?
Plus,
Yesterday's suspicion at Thunder Marshal Gym made him even more sure Su Jingming in the ranking really is his cousin. But with just a level 1 power, how did he manage all this? Tang Qi couldn't help but feel curious. Looks like his cousin isn't as honest as he seems. Damn, is Ming really that fierce? Should have called him dad earlier. Could have hugged his leg from the start. Ruins town outskirts. Liu Ji now double his size. Watching Su Jingming's ranking on the virtual screen. Full of regret. Compared to the 5 subject college entrance scores. Calling him dad really isn't a big deal. Su Jingming made top 10. So awesome. He's now the top-ranked student in our school. Lin Qingyuan's team. Ever since discovering Su Jingming was rank 46. Have been keeping an eye on him. Now seeing Su Jingming break into the top 10. Everyone's really impressed. How on earth did he do it? Su Jingming made top 10. We gotta step up. Aim for top 300. Looking at the rankings, Lin Qingyuan was full of emotion. Still no idea how Su Jingming did it. But unlike him, getting into top 300 would be satisfying enough. When Su Jingming hadn't entered the top 10, his rank wasn't that noticeable. But after hitting top 10, everyone in the test hall noticed him. Those who knew Su Jingming all reacted differently. Not that Su Jingming himself knows any of this. Right now he's rushing towards the core area. With stronger physique, Su Jingming runs a lot faster than before. Plus being at the central area, he's not far from the core area. So in just over 30 minutes, Su Jingming stepped into the core area shown on the map. The core zone of Ruins Town was originally Wei Yuan Town's busy downtown. Compared to the central area, the buildings here are taller. Looking at the beat-up decoration on them, you can still spot traces of their old elegance. More importantly, beast levels in the core range from Tier 1 low to Tier 1 mid. No more unranked beasts to be found. Any examinee who enters here is at least Jiangcheng's top 5. Well, except him. Along the way, he wasn't actively hunting beasts. So for these 30 minutes, he only killed about 4 or 5 beasts. His rank dropped, down to 10th place. Once I find a big beast group, my rank will jump right back up. This time I'm gonna take first place in one go. Su Jingming's eyes narrowed. Same plan as before. Wherever the beast roars are loudest, that's where he'll go. In this ruined city, countless beast roars echoed. A paradise for the monsters. Su Jingming focused his ears, finally picking the area with the loudest and densest beast cries in the southeast. Most students here move super carefully, afraid big noises will attract beasts and cause a swarm attack. But Su Jingming raced through like a sleek leopard, running through the city. The 50 kilograms obsidian spear strapped to his back didn't slow him down at all. Su Jingming charged down the broken street, wind whistling past his ears, scenery flashing by on both sides. He could vaguely spot 1 or 2 beasts active in the ruins. For these smarter beasts,
He didn't even want to bother.
soon, he got closer to the source of the roaring. A rusty, battered bus blocked the end of the road. But Su Jingming didn't slow down at all. Just before slamming into it, he pushed off hard with his legs and leaped. 5.6 meters up, bam. His boots landed on the roof of the bus. He looked down, taking in the scene below. It's a fitness plaza. Scattered broken exercise equipment everywhere. And packed with beasts resting. There were a lot of monsters. So the air smells like blood? And has that strong animal stench mixed in? Su Jingming frowned slightly. 1, 2, 3, there were 10 beasts here. All of them blade tigers. Looks like I've run into a blade tiger pack. Beast types are either communal or solitary. Blade tigers are communal beasts. Ordinary students avoid these beast packs. But Su Jingming's sharp black and white eyes. But he was burning with fighting spirit. This is exactly what he wanted. He wants the blade-back tigers to act like a pack. There has to be a king strong enough to control them. Su Jingming looked toward the center of the workout square. There lay a half-devoured carcass, a bloody unicorn rhino body, and next to the corpse was lying a clearly much larger blade-back tiger king than the others. His limbs were huge and sturdy. The blades on his forelegs were especially massive. Win level 1. Mid-tier blade-back tiger. Looks like he's the leader of this beast pack. A slight smirk crossed Su Jingming's lips. If he kills all these beasts, he'll rack up loads of power points. Su Jingming is 6'1", standing on top of the bus. As soon as he showed up,
He caught the attention of the blade-back tigers on the square.
except for the Tiger King in the middle, still lazily lying there. The other 9 resting tigers stood up together, eyes glowing with fierce light toward the bus. They started pacing over. They weren't moving fast, but all 9 were huge, like sedans packed together. The pressure they brought was terrifying. This is exactly why beast packs are always tough to deal with. Those 9 blade-back tigers, even high-tier level 1 beasts, wouldn't dare provoke them. But, faced with 9 tigers coming his way, Su Jingming showed no fear at all. He jumped down from the bus roof. With a bang, he landed on the ground, let out a low growl. The 9 blade-back tigers slowed their advance, and then, like humans, spread out, each taking a different direction, charging at Su Jingming. Not bad, a pack with a beast leader. They actually learned a basic formation. He flipped his hand. The obsidian spear was already in his grasp. The bus was less than 30 meters from the square. For these low-tier level 1 tigers, that's nothing. So in a blink, the 9 blade-back tigers lunged at Su Jingming, within 5 meters. But they didn't all rush at him. 5 tigers charged first, leaping straight at him. 5 big tigers squished together, blocking all paths ahead of Su Jingming. And behind him was the abandoned bus. No way to retreat, which means, at this moment, Su Jingming has nowhere to run. Facing that, Su Jingming's eyes stayed firm. He swung the 2-meter obsidian spear, like a big windmill. The spinning spear became a black blur, like spinning propellers. The tigers realized something was wrong, but it was too late. 5 tigers, totally unprepared, slammed into that spinning spear. The sharp tip, like a meat grinder, directly shredded their heads. Blood and brains splattered everywhere. With the force of the impact, they started dropping one by one, though their heads were badly mangled. Those 5 tigers weren't dead yet. They were still breathing on the ground. Physical power alone isn't quite enough. Su Jingming shook his head. This windmill move was pure muscle strength, not a combat skill. If it was a skill mixing his own power and abilities, those 5 beasts would have been instantly killed, right on the spot. But it's okay. Just need to finish them off. Su Jingming dashed forward again. The last 4 blade-back tigers tried to block him. He dodged past with speed. Then the obsidian spear swung like the Grim Reaper's scythe, finishing off those 5 wounded tigers. At that moment, the tiger in the center, the mid-tier Tiger King, finally realized there was trouble. He came forward to the 4 remaining tigers. Perfect. I'll deal with you all together.
Bang!
Su Jingming pulled the obsidian spear from another tiger's body. He held the spear in hand, standing alone against 5 tigers. His clear eyes showed no fear, only chilling cold and killing intent. Maybe it's the loss of his pack, or Su Jingming's defiant stare triggered him. The Tiger King roared in fury and charged with the 4 others. Su Jingming grabbed his spear and rushed forward, standing with 5 blade-back tigers. Blade-back tigers are fierce beasts, but they've got some smarts. Especially this pack. They've worked together many times. They must have killed lots of strong beasts as a team. These 5 tigers would wipe out 100 elite soldier squads in a city. But Su Jingming became a black blur, dodging between the tigers. Blade-back tigers couldn't hurt Su Jingming at all. His spear only went for vital spots, either instant kills or heavy injuries. In less than 2 minutes, all the blade-back tigers were defeated by his spear. Mid-tier beasts in another world aren't so tough. They can't even make me use my abilities. Looking at the dead tigers nearby, Su Jingming shook his head. Thanks to the system, his physique improved. But how strong his fighting ability really is, he's not sure himself. He dared to attack the beasts. Because he has the purple thunder as backup. Too bad these beasts weren't strong enough to make him use abilities. Su Jingming glanced at his system panel. Just this round, he got 106 ability points. A huge harvest. Su Jingming looked delighted. At this rate, by the end of the martial arts exam, he has no idea how many points he'll get. No point overthinking now. Time to gather more points. Head to the next spot. He wiped blood off his spear and slung it back on his shoulder. Rushed to the next spot. On exam day, every high school in Jiang City organizes juniors and sophomores to watch the live martial arts exams. It helps them realize how brutal and bloody the exams are. Also, let them get familiar with the beast's habits. Right now, at Jiang City Second High's field, there was a virtual projection like the military area. Spectator seats all around. All junior and sophomore students had already watched the live stream for a while. For years, the city's top 10 were always from First High students. So the talk was always about other schools and their students. But this year is different. Their school had someone break into the top 10. Su Jingming, with his 9th place, appeared on the big screen. All staff and students of Second High were fired up, especially that shot killing the shadow cat.
It made students super excited.
Damn, that shot was awesome. Never heard Su's name before, but from now on,
He's my idol.
he's tall and strong. Super cool. Unlike the officials and principals in the military area, who sighed over Su Jingming, students who saw him break into the top 10 were genuinely happy and excited for him. Some even saw him as a role model. But for over half an hour after that, Su Jingming was on the move, rarely fighting. Students felt disappointed, especially when Su's rank dropped to 10th. Some got anxious, wishing they could become Su Jingming and fight their way back up the ranks. Looks like our no too high just can't pull through. We finally had a senior make it into the top 10. But turns out there's no one to follow up, even though I hate to admit it. Senior Su really seems exhausted. Forget it. I'll just watch the top guy, Windsword Zhou Mingyang. The bigger the hope, the greater the disappointment. No, too high school. Finally had a student break into the top 10. Naturally, they wanted him to rank higher. But Su Jingming's performance really reminded the zero-star crowd of some nasty comments. And a lot of students started watching other popular candidates' streams again. Hey, look at the screen. Senior Su found a beast. Suddenly, a voice came out of nowhere, pulling everyone's eyes back to Su Jingming's live stream. On screen, Su Jingming was standing on top of a bus. Below him were several huge blade tiger beasts. It's over. He's surrounded by beasts. A whole group of blade tigers. It's game over, seriously. Why isn't he leaving yet? If he doesn't run, he's really done for. The blade tigers have him surrounded. He can't get out now. Why isn't he activating his safety ball? This is getting dangerous. Even though Su Jingming's last play was disappointing, he's still from our school. So when he got jumped by those beasts, everyone got worried. When 5 blade tigers suddenly flew right at Su Jingming, who hadn't activated safety mode, the girls totally covered their eyes in fear. But the bloody beast attack we all expected didn't happen. Instead, Su Jingming swung his obsidian spear and knocked all 5 blade tigers away like a total boss. Whoa, this is insane. In that instant, everyone in the stands had their hearts skip a beat. I didn't know you could use a spear like that. That strength is unreal. If a normal person tried swinging a spear like that, they wouldn't hurt a blade tiger at all. They'd just get crushed by those huge beasts. Guess Senior Su must have some kind of body enhancement power. No way you could do that otherwise. In just seconds, all the complaints about Su Jingming just vanished. Then, Su Jingming looked like a black phantom, spear in hand, zipping back and forth through the 5 blade tigers, hitting and killing again and again. His black spear got completely covered in beast blood and turned bright red. Nobody felt grossed out at all. It was actually super exciting. Man, that's real power. But I love it. This feels way better than watching Wind Sword's flashy moves. Every strike hits hard. That's some brutal spear work. Beasts are humanity's enemy. Everyone agrees on that. So when the blade tigers got wiped out, nobody felt sorry for them. Actually, it was awesome.
Especially,
That tall, slim guy moving through them. Each strike felt super fierce. But that violence didn't feel bloody. It actually felt epic. All these teenagers just got totally amped up from watching. Everyone's cheeks were flushed. So cool. This is amazing. Senior Sue never disappoints. He's incredible. Man, I'm fired up just watching. Now I want to grab a spear and try too. With the Blade Tiger King down, all the students in the stands looked satisfied like food critics after a great meal, each one giving their own take. Right then, Su Jingming's screen jumped suddenly and went straight to 6th place. 6th place, Su Jingming, 796 points. Jiang Chengno, to high school. Whoa, what happened? How'd he jump to 6th place? He only had 634 points just now. How'd he go up by almost 160 points? Even with several interworld beasts, that shouldn't be enough for such a huge boost. Everyone was confused for a moment. That's just too many points added. Guys, I just noticed Senior Sue is no longer in the middle zone. He's actually in the core area now. A surprise voice out of nowhere made everyone check the map on the virtual screen. Sure enough, Su Jingming's location was already in the red core zone. Told you, those Blade Tigers just looked off. Turns out, they're not just at the peak tier. They're actually first-rank beasts. So that means all those beasts Senior Sue just killed were first rank. He slayed first-rank beasts like it was nothing. Everyone originally thought Su Jingming was still in the middle zone, and these beasts were just peak tier, or maybe low first rank. But no one expected he already moved into the dangerous core area, and was actually fighting both lower and mid first-rank beasts, and mid-rank ones too. Hard to blame anyone for not noticing at first. The fight was just too intense. At the same time, they finally figured out why Su Jingming held back earlier. He was rushing to the core zone. Not even Windsword Zhou Mingyang in first place could do more than dodge in and out with that many beasts. But Senior Sue just crushed them all in one go. Straight up killed every single beast. Everyone instantly. Compared Su Jingming with first place Zhou Mingyang, they realized even that star contestant, Zhou Mingyang, didn't have that kind of overwhelming dominance.
taking on Blade Tiger's solo.
And even beat a mid-first rank. His fighting power might be higher than Zhou Mingyang, who trained Su Jingming from no too high. How could he be this OP? On the spectator stands outside the camp, when Su Jingming faced off with a group of beasts alone, he got every teacher's attention. But they figured Su Jingming would just run away. Since the contest started, no other student has dared to fight a beast group in the core area. But next, his almost unstoppable play totally shocked every teacher and principal, especially Class 5's teacher, Mr. Chun Fan, whose old face turned bright red, obviously excited as hell. When your student shines, the teacher gets some credit too. Can't believe Su Jingming is this strong. Even the usually calm, no too high principal couldn't help but stare wide-eyed, totally in disbelief. His spear moves are as fast as a dragon. Like lightning. Advanced spear skills. That's for sure advanced spear work. Education Bureau Director Zhang Winshan was just as excited. But what he focused on was Su Jingming's marksmanship. You know, for an ordinary person to master weapon skills at a high level, it takes decades. Really impossible without most of their life. But Su Jingming is only 18. What a genius! But when he thought about Su Jingming's ability, he couldn't help but slap his thigh and sigh. Such a shame. Based on Su Jingming's current displays of strength, he's already stronger than Zhou Mingyang. If he had a better ability, maybe he could break Jiang Cheng's long-standing records and make it into the top 50 of Jiangnan province. But Su Jingming's level 1 ability means he can't go much further. Advanced marksmanship. No wonder he's so fierce. Su Jingming is just barely 18, right? And yet his marksmanship is already advanced. Such amazing talent. Even geniuses from provincial capital cities couldn't master advanced weapon skills. Hearing Director Zhang Wenshan's sigh, the teachers finally snapped out of it and were surprised and moved all over again. Principal Zhao congratulated. Looks like this year's Jiang Cheng top scorer is going to your second high school. After that battle, anyone can see Su Jingming is stronger than Zhou Mingyang. Getting first place is just a matter of time. Principal Liu Hang from First High School was unhappy, but still graciously congratulated Zhao Yao. Principal Liu, you overpraise us. The exam isn't over yet, so nothing's certain. First High School is Jiang Cheng's best, with top-notch resources, and gathers the city's best students. After awakening their abilities each year, Second High always has some excellent students who transfer because of First High's advantages. So, when it comes to First High, Second High, Principal Zhao Yao said, it's impossible not to have a bit of rivalry. But First High is so strong. Second High hardly ever has a chance to shine. Now, Second High's chance to outshine First High is finally here. Principal Zhao Yao became more calm and spoke humbly.
Anyway,
Su Jingming's strength is obvious. If Jiang Cheng can get 2 students into Jiangnan Province's top 100, that's pretty good. Jiang Wenshen, who just managed to calm down, nodded to Zhao Yao. Your Second High did well this time, raising a student like Su Jingming. When the college entrance exam is over, I'll recommend it to the city to reward your Second High. Thank you, Director Zhang. Zhao Ying was delighted. For ability users who become principals, they don't hope much to get stronger anymore and care more about their career. A reward like that not only brings more resources to Second High, it helps the principal too. If he wants to move up to the bureau in the future, it's not impossible. Su Jingming, you really gave me a big surprise. Principal Zhao Yao was deeply moved. He never thought Second High would have a day like this, just as Jiang Wenshen predicted. In the next period, Su Jingming's score shot up like a rocket, rising fast. In less than an hour, he surpassed Zhou Mingyang, taking first place. At that moment, it was already 3 p.m., meaning 6 hours later, the 5-part college entrance exam would end. In the core of the ruins town, inside a rundown apartment complex, more than 10 ferocious beasts were split into 2 packs, fighting each other for lunch prey. The 2 sides were the one-horned rhino and blade tiger, with equal numbers, so one-horned rhinos should completely dominate. But here there are 8 blade tigers, and only 4 one-horned rhinos. Both sides are about equally matched. Blade tigers just have a slight edge. Because of that, even though they've fought for a while, biting each other and leaving bloody wounds, no beasts have actually died. Ferocious beasts are violent. Once they start a fight, they won't stop until the enemy is wiped out. But just then, one blade tiger sniffed the air, suddenly stopping its charge. It crouched low and let out a threatening growl towards the gate. That growl triggered a chain reaction. All the blade tigers and one-horned rhinos on site stopped fighting together, turned toward the gate, heads facing the entrance, with fierce looks, ready to charge at any moment. As the beasts watched, a tall young man appeared slowly. He wore a black battle suit, battle boots on his feet, tall and lean, with clear, sharp eyes. His gaze was as sharp as a lone wolf. A thick, black spear rested casually on his shoulder. The sharp blade gleamed coldly in the sunlight, reflecting a chilling light. 12 beasts, excellent. Su Jingming nodded in satisfaction. He nodded. This batch of beasts is the biggest group he's seen this hour, the most so far.
he smacked his right hand.
On the spear's butt, the obsidian spear leaping up landed in Su Jingming's hand. Just as he readied his weapon to charge, he suddenly frowned and stopped, looking to his right. There's a broken old building over there. Come out, I spotted you. No wonder you're number 1. Your senses really are sharp. A boy with a long sword on his back, handsome features, stepped out of the shadows. Zhou Mingyang. Su Jingming raised an eyebrow. Turns out this guy is the famous B-rank wind user, Qingfeng's sword. Zhou Mingyang looks different from his calm look outside the exam. Now he's much more dusty and tired. Hair messy. Battle suit stained with dark red blood. Could be his or the beast's. Of course, most examinees look like this now, Su Jingming included. Just since he uses a spear, he has a bit less blood from attacks. But how did you know it was me? Su Jingming was confused. He didn't think the famous star student would know him from Second High. Only a few dare come to the core area. We're all familiar faces. If a stranger shows up suddenly, it's gotta be you, number 1. Zhou Mingyang explained with a smile. I see. Su Jingming nodded. Examinees in the martial arts test can't attack each other. Anyone caught loses their college entrance qualification permanently. Plus, each has a tracking drone overhead. So no worries about Zhou Mingyang sneak attacking. So Su Jingming gripped his spear and started walking toward the beast pack. Hold on, you're taking on all those beasts alone? Zhou Mingyang was stunned and quickly blocked him. What, you want to compete with me? Su Jingming's stare turned dangerous. For him, beast creatures mean not just points. They also stand for ability points. He can't let anyone else have these beasts.
He won't give them up to anyone.
Meeting Su Jingming's gaze, Zhou Mingyang felt like he was being stared at by a powerful beast king. Goosebumps popped up all over. What an intimidating presence. He was shocked inside. Zhou Mingyang quickly pulled himself together.
He hurriedly said there are 2 mid-tier mutated beasts in there.
You can't take them alone. If we work together, maybe we have a shot. They're from 2 different beast groups. Each group has its own mid-tier king. I've been hiding nearby all this time, waiting to step in after they got worn down fighting each other. Now, both beast sides are wounded, but none of them are down. They're more ferocious than ever. If you go in now, it's basically suicide. I just can't do this alone. Seeing Zhou Mingyang wasn't after his kills, but wanted to team up. Su Jingming's attitude suddenly softened. He patted him on the shoulder, then charged in with his spear. Zhou Mingyang wanted to stop him again, but Su Jingming had already rushed out, so he let it go. Fine, since you're that confident, let me see what tricks you've got. Zhou Mingyang stood by, sword in hand, watching the fight. He kept his eyes on Su Jingming. If something felt off, he'd jump into the fight fast. But then what happened next made Zhou Mingyang's eyes go wide. Su Jingming, who had charged into the beasts, looked like he was unstoppable. His black spear moved almost like a phantom. Every swing took down a beast. In less than 3 minutes, there were only 4 beasts left from the original 12. Zhou Mingyang was stunned. 2 hours ago, he didn't even know Su Jingming existed. But in no time, he rose up like a comet, quickly reaching the top 10. And just over 10 minutes ago, he even took Zhou Mingyang's number 1 spot. With someone this fierce, Zhou Mingyang was of course curious. He even wondered what kind of scary superpower the guy had. Maybe some kind of insane level mutation. But all he used was that black spear, and did things Zhou wouldn't even dare to imagine. Gulp, Zhou Mingyang swallowed. His mouth felt dry. Is his power some kind of enhancer? And I just can't tell. While he was quietly guessing, Su Jingming finished off the last ones. Dropping the last Blade Tiger King, killed 1 Tier 1 mutant rhino. Power points plus 12. Killed a Tier 1 Blade Tiger. Power points plus 10. Killed a Tier 1 mid-blade tiger. Skill points plus 15. Hearing all these prompts in his head, Su Jingming looked pleased. This feeling was beyond amazing. But when the martial arts exam ends, there won't be chances like this anymore. So he had to make the most of it. Su Jingming snapped back, greeted Zhou Mingyang, then left fast. By the time Zhou Mingyang reacted, Su Jingming was already 70 or 80 meters away. He quickly shouted, Su Jingming, is your ability an enhancer type? Not lightning powers? Su Jingming's voice came from afar, but his figure was already out of sight. Lightning powers? Zhou Mingyang was baffled. That didn't look like lightning at all. He just doesn't want to tell me his power type. But he doesn't have to be like that. What a jerk. Zhou Mingyang looked smug. Just now, those eyes were actually worried I'd steal his kills. Besides you, what freak could handle a beast group like that? No one else could do it. With so many beasts in the core zone, who worries about not enough to kill? I've been waiting here for over 10 minutes. So if anyone's stealing, you took from me. After seeing Su Jingming's attitude, Zhou Mingyang left grumbling. After seeing Su Jingming's skill, Zhou Mingyang still complained. But he knew deep down, Su Jingming really was stronger than him. Who knows where this monster came from? He didn't even seem like a superpowered person. But Tier 1 beasts fell like nothing to him. It was like chopping veggies. Zhou silently complained inside. Then he kept going, killing beasts on his own path. He wasn't as strong as Su Jingming, but he was determined to stay second. So he moved through the core zone, hunting for beasts he could take. The first 2 hours went okay. he'd find the odd mid-tier beast, or small groups of 3 or 4. In the third hour, it was obvious there were way fewer beasts around. By hour 4, he wandered core zone for ages, but didn't see a single beast. What's going on? Where did all the beasts go? Zhou Mingyang was speechless. In frustration, he kicked a fist-sized rock out of the way. As an ability user, he was pretty strong. The rock shot out and smashed into a rusty metal sign, making a loud crash. If this was before, he would never have done that, since it might attract beasts. But now, he actually hoped it would bring them over. But no beasts showed up, just attracted some people. It was a group of 2 guys and a girl. They were walking over. They waved from a distance. Mingyang, what are you doing here alone? Zhou Mingyang looked puzzled at the 3 walking up to him. Like him, they were all in the rocket class at first high. All tier 1 ability users. They all knew each other pretty well, except for him. These 3 held the other top 5 spots. In the rankings, you'll have to ask Su Jingming, the bald guy on the right. Just shrugged helplessly. Su Jingming killed off all the core zone beasts. We couldn't find anything, so we had to team up. The girl in the middle added softly. She was petite, but carried a huge knife, which looked pretty wild. We've been wandering here half an hour. Heard a noise here, thought it was a beast, so we rushed over. Only to find it was you. The long-haired guy on the left shook his head. Su Jingming killed them all? No way. Zhou Mingyang frowned, just not buying it. After all, to prep for the martial arts exam, the core zone had at least 300 or 400 beasts. At the minimum, so many beasts. Killing them all in just a few hours is just impossible. It's clear you haven't checked the rankings in a while. Here, look at Su Jingming's score yourself. The bald guy opened his smartwatch. It buzzed. The ranking screen floated in the air. First place, Su Jingming, 3,435 points. Jiang Chengno, 2 high school. Seeing Su Jingming at the top, with that insane score, even the always calm Zhou Mingyang almost had his eyes pop out. Now you get why we said. It was Su Jingming who killed all the beasts. The bald guy gave a wry smile and closed the projection. Killing a rank 1 lesser beast gets you about 14 to 16 points. Killing a rank 1 mid-grade beast earns 20 to 22 points. 3,435 points. Even if you subtract the 700 plus points he got in the central zone, he still has more than 2,700. So that means Su Jingming, just by himself in the core area, killed something like 200 beasts. And the rest of us took out a bunch too. Add it all up. And didn't that wipe out all the beasts in the core area? That really stunned Zhou Mingyang. After entering the test field, his only thought was to kill as many beasts as he could, to score higher. But it had never crossed his mind that someday all the beasts would actually be wiped out.
Damn.
No wonder Su Jingming was so worried others would steal his kills. Turns out he was already thinking about this. Just remembering his first chat with Su Jingming, Zhou Mingyang felt like a bunch of wild horses were raging in his mind. Crazy, right? A score of 3,435 is off the charts. Even at his worst, Su Jingming is top 10 in Jiangnan province. Top 10? When has Jiangcheng ever had scores like this? He broke the record. Su Jingming just broke our city record. While Zhou Mingyang was shocked by Su Jingming's score, inside the test field, the principal and teachers outside were already overjoyed. With 3,435 points, Su Jingming's sure to make the province top 10. And this score is the best Jiangcheng's ever had. Never thought Su Jingming could pull that off with just 1 spear. Principal Zhao Yo of No, too high, started feeling hot all over, too excited to contain himself. Do you understand what making the top 10 in Jiangnan province means? All the top colleges in the country will be fighting for him. A true prodigy, genius sprouting from the fields. Who would have thought Jiangcheng would have a student like Su Jingming? Director Zhang Wensheng from the Education Bureau was smiling so hard he couldn't stop. At this point, he didn't care anymore that Su Jingming was still just an awakener. With results like that, even F-class powers would attract schools. But Su Jingming really is crazy. In just 3 or 4 hours, He nearly cleared all the beasts in the core area. Looks like he's going to be a battle maniac. Jiang Wenshen sighed. Zhou Mingyang. These guys had no clue how many monsters were in the core. But as director, Jiang Wenshen obviously knew the numbers. There were 450 rank 1 lesser beasts in the core, and 40 rank 1 mid-grade beasts. After factoring in beasts killing each other, and the beasts Zhou Mingyang's team took out, Su Jingming alone killed about half the core area's beasts, all by himself, and that's just in 3 or 4 hours. This alone shows how strong Su Jingming is. Su Jingming's parents both died to a beast attack when he was little. Maybe that's why he hates beasts so much. Homeroom teacher Chun Fan added. I see. Jiang Wenshen nodded suddenly. His face turned cold. One day, we humans will wipe out all these beasts. Don't worry, that day will come. Thinking of the beast's cruelty, Principal Zhao Yao couldn't help but add coldly. You've met Su Jingming. Come on, tell us. What's his superpower? Inside the test field, hearing Zhou Mingyang ran into Su Jingming. Got everyone around interested? I can't be sure what his power is, but he's really strong. His vitality is at least 180. Zhou Mingyang shook his head, saying what he thought. 180 vitality? No wonder he's a beast. The bald guy marveled. Normal awakeners have only about 100 points. Even us rank 1 lesser superhumans only get around 130. 180 vitality is like a dream for us. Super tough body. So he's probably a strength type superhuman, with powers boosting his body. Those numbers make sense. The long-haired guy tried to act cool, but sounded kinda jealous. But Su Jingming is still just an awakener. Zhou Mingyang shook his head again. He didn't deny long-haired guy's guess about Su Jingming having strength-type powers, since he thought so too. As an awakener, the short girl holding the big blade gasped out loud. So, even a bunch of us superhumans can't beat one awakener. Her words made everyone go silent. It was a while before Zhou Mingyang finally spoke softly. Gotta admit, Mengdi, you always find the key point. Mengdi is the only girl among them who awakened an enhancement class B-level superpower. She's currently ranked 4th. I mean, it kind of freaked me out. Mengdi stuck out her tongue. The way she looked cute holding a big blade was just weird, but the others were used to it. Su Jingming is a total monster. Still just an awakener, and already that strong. The bald guy looked complicated. He then asked, what do we do next? There's still about an hour and a half before the exam ends. The core area's beasts are all gone. Are we supposed to go back to the central zone? Cramming for the college entrance exam. Everyone's racing against time, trying to kill as many beasts as possible to earn more points, with only an hour and a half left. Of course, they can't just wander around. It'll take at least half an hour just to reach the central region from here. Way too much time wasted on the road. Plus, most beasts in the central area give pretty low points when killed. After thinking for a bit, Zhou Mingyang said, instead of heading back to the central region, how about we all try the core zone together? The core zone.
Hearing this, everyone
Couldn't help but tense up. The weakest beasts in the core zone are all Tier 1 elites, with even Tier 2 beast kings showing up. Even for them, as low-tier Tier 1 awakens, just entering that area means risking their lives. Going in alone is basically suicide. No difference from getting yourself killed. But with 4 of us together, maybe we got a shot. The buzz cut guy hesitated a bit, but finally nodded. Martial arts entrance exam. One test decides your whole future. Even though for awakens like them, messing up the exam isn't quite that serious. They still won't give up. If they can get into a better university, I'm good with that. Mengdi, the petite girl, giggled. Looks like this is our best shot. The long-haired guy nodded too. Alright, let's head out now. Zhou Mingyang is all about action. Once they settled on a plan, he led the other 3 away right away. In the heart of the ruined town, Su Jingming walked down the road with a spear on his back. This used to be a city street, but now the concrete is cracked, and weeds are everywhere. It looks totally abandoned. All the shops on both sides are falling apart too. But Su Jingming wasn't paying attention to the surroundings.
his focus
Was completely on his system panel. Power, Awakener, Thunder Divine. S level. Physique 181, blood 181, spirit 182, skills, spearmanship advanced. Lightning Gale basic. Ability points, 2,534. Su Jingming's eyes lit up. That's all he gained since entering the core zone. That's a lot of ability points. Honestly, that's wild. But even so, there's still no plus sign by his level. And that made him sure. It's because he hasn't learned any special training methods yet. That's why he can't become a true awakened. Given that, I've wiped out almost all the beasts in the core zone. To get more points, I gotta head to the innermost core zone. Su Jingming thought to himself. But there are tier 2 beasts there. Gotta strengthen up before going in.
He clicked on battle records.
Upgrading Lightning Gale costs 100 points. Upgrading it from basic to intermediate costs 200. Upgrading from intermediate to advanced. Su Jingming spent 300 points in one go, boosting the skill straight to advanced. Suddenly, it felt like he'd trained it 1,000 times. Everything just clicked. He was super smooth with it. Now I'm way more confident for that tier 2 beast. I've got way more faith now. Even though he has a lot of ability points, Su Jingming didn't go wild. Upgrading his base stats. He only boosted blood to 180 at the start, and just leveled up his battle skills. Super stingy with points. Partly because ability points are rare, and after this exam, he won't have another chance to rake in points like this. The other reason, once he gets into the Awakened University, those points will come in handy there. But most important, his power right now is enough to handle tier 2 beasts in the core zone. No more upgrades needed. Leveling up done.
He gulped down the last 2 energy bars from his pack.
Recharged. Checked the map. And started striding toward the center of the core zone. Compared to the whole exam map, the core zone is tiny. It's almost like a dot. But in real life, it's way more than just a dot. It's a full-size neighborhood. A place called Scenery Gardens. Dozens of beasts are camped out in the open area. Unlike regular beast groups, these are all different kinds. There's the ironhide boar, and even a unicorn rhino. Remember, beasts are super aggressive, and different species usually treat each other as prey. So many different beasts together. Only one thing can make that work. There's a beast king keeping them in line. And that beast king is a gray bear sprawled deep in the clearing. Unlike a normal gray bear, this one is huge, like a tank. Its eyes are blood red, with the look of a slaughterhouse. Just lying there, it gives off a terrifying vibe. At this moment, Zhou Mingyang's group had arrived nearby. They stood atop a building, looking down. And when they saw the gray bear, everyone's faces changed. That's actually a bloodthirst bear. Zhou Mingyang looked uneasy. There's a wide gap between beast species. Like they're both tier 1. But a shadow cat will never beat a unicorn rhino. That's what we call racial suppression. Bloodthirst bears are known for being super rare and tough to deal with. They're notorious in beast circles. Hard to handle. Not to mention their ridiculous strength. Even their thick fur is tougher than tier 1 alloy. Even missiles can't break it easily. We've got a real problem now. Zhou Mingyang couldn't help but give a bitter laugh. If it were a normal tier 2 beast, 4 of them together might hold out for a bit. But against the bloodthirst bear, one swipe of those huge paws, and they'd all die. They wouldn't stand a chance. There's another way. If we step into the neighborhood, the bloodthirst bear wouldn't even need to move, and those tier 1 elite beasts could jump us all at once, wiping us out instantly. The buzz-cut guy scoffed. The 4 of us together could maybe handle 3 or 4 elite tier 1 beasts. But down there in the open area, there's over 30 tier 1 elites. So either the tier 2 bloodthirst bear or those elite tier 1 beasts are both way out of our league. The gap in beast strength between the core zone and the central zone is just massive. The strongest beasts in the central zone are just mid-tier tier 1. But in the core zone, the top beast is tier 2. And even the regular beasts are tier 1 elites. How are we supposed to play this game? Dreamy, the petite girl, pouts unhappily. Before the test, I heard that old Liu was the one making the questions for this year's Wu College entrance exam. I didn't believe it then. But now, this crazy combo of beasts. It's definitely him, no doubt. The long-haired guy gritted his teeth. Every year, Jiangnan province swaps out the exam writers for the 5-subject test. They rotate them. But old Yu, he's one of the toughest out of all the exam writers. When he handles the 5-subject exam, the death rate is twice as high as other years. The top-tier zone always has high-level first-tier beasts and second-tier beasts. That's a fixed setup for the National V College entrance exam. But old Yu replaced the second-tier beasts with the even harder bloodthirsty violent bear. Zhou Mingyang sighs. Can't blame anyone else. Just shows we're not strong enough. The 5-subject exam is all about picking the best. The core zone is like the last big question in a math test. Only if you solve that final question can you be considered a real genius. He's the star of Jiangcheng. Everyone admires him. But in all of Jiangnan province, he doesn't even qualify to tackle the last question. Not at all. Thinking about it, that guy Su Jingming worked so hard for so long. Barely scraped together over 3,000 points. But it's still slower than just killing one second-tier beast. Or 31st-tier beasts. The long-haired youth starts to smile. He looks pretty smug. The points from core zone beasts are way higher than the regular zone. Kill one high-level first-tier beast. You get 100 points. But if you can take out the final second-tier beast, that's 4,000 points all at once. What humanity needs are strong fighters. Killing a bunch of weaklings won't help. The long-haired guy clearly holds a grudge against Su Jingming. Zhou Mingyang frowns at this, but doesn't say anything in the end, because the facts are the facts. The WOOC exam needs fierce, powerful people, not just mindless beast-killing machines that only target low-level monsters. Just like Blue Star today. Even though beasts are everywhere, if you can take out all the beast kings in their groups, the rest will crumble on their own. But if you don't take out all the beast kings, killing ordinary beasts is pointless. No matter how many regular beasts you kill, it won't matter. That's exactly why the exam makes core zone beasts worth so many points. The points are set so high. As long as you kill the second-tier beast, you instantly get enough points to stand out. And the second-tier beast is basically the must-win target for the province's top contenders. Even so, Zhou Mingyang quietly adds a thought to himself. If Su Jingming is useless, then what about us who scored even less? We're basically worthless. That's what he's thinking. But since they still have to work together soon, he doesn't argue. Alright, stop talking. We'll go down and give it a try. See if we can lure out some high-level first-tier beasts. Zhou Mingyang says. The area guarded by the bloodthirsty violent bear. Totally off limits. So Zhou Mingyang's plan is to lure them one by one. Kill as many as we can. But it's possible we might not get any out. If that happens, the whole group has to head back to the central area. Back to work. Back to work. Going to the spot guarded by second-tier beasts to lure monsters is really just asking for it. Well, even if it's suicidal, we're still gonna try. They joke around as they get ready to head downstairs. But just then, a black figure comes rushing in from far away. It's fast, like a cheetah. In just a few seconds, it reaches the entrance of Jing's garden. Su Jingming? Zhou Mingyang's eyes narrow. Even though he's on the roof of the 8th floor, using his superpowers, he instantly spots the figure below. It's exactly the Su Jing he's met once before. Su Jingming is here too now. Where? Meng Di and her friends haven't run into Su Jingming before. So when they hear Zhou Mingyang mention him, everyone already at the stairs rushes back to look down. Once you evolve from an awakened to a superpower user, your powers get stronger, and even your body gets enhanced. So, the height of 8 floors is nothing for them. They can see the people below clearly. Down in the courtyard, a young man stands there.
He's tall.
And has a tough, determined look. His eyes are sharp like an eagle's. Who knows how many fights he's been through. His black combat suit is mostly stained dark red now. On his back is a black spear. The blade, once sharp, is now chipped and jagged, like a kitchen knife that's hit too many bones. It's that spear that gives him a wild, vicious aura, making him seem even more fierce. Such a cool guy. No matter when, women are always emotional creatures. So the moment Meng Di sees Su Jingming, her eyes light up. He wrecked an F-level spear this badly. It's hard to imagine how many beasts he's taken out. The bald guy is amazed at how damaged Su Jingming's weapon is. F-grade alloy is crazy tough. But he still wore it out like this. Shows those fights were intense and brutal. Showing up in front of all these beasts like that. He's not afraid to die. The last long-haired guy just sneers. Growl. Figures. Because Su Jingming showed up. The beasts down there instantly get restless. Within seconds, over 10 high-level first-tier beasts roar as they charge at him.
He's doomed.
He stirred up the beasts. Meng Di cries out in alarm. Why Su Jingming so reckless? Zhou Mingyang frowns. At this distance, even if they wanted to help, it's too late. By the time they got down, Su Jingming would be dead for sure. Why else? He's just confident from being in first place. Doesn't know his limits. Long-haired guy sneers again, eyes fixed below. He actually uses a spear, but I doubt that spear's gonna last. Just like he said.
It starts.
At first, Su Jingming can handle the first beast rushing him. But as more come, he can't keep up. His figure quickly disappears among the beasts. Is Su Jingming really gonna die here? Staring at that figure lost in the beast pack, Zhou Mingyang can't believe it. In just a few hours, he rose up like a comet. But now he's about to fall like a shooting star. The main thing is, what was Su Jingming thinking? He knows the core. Zone is filled with high-level first and second-tier beasts. So how could he just show up like that? Thinking about it, he really was tricking me. From start to finish. He never used any lightning powers. Zhou Mingyang murmurs, whatever, he's gone now. A trick's a trick. Zhou Mingyang and Su Jingming only met once. So he doesn't really care about his fate. At most, just can't understand such a dumb move. And just then, everyone's hearts suddenly tighten. A deep, commanding voice rings in their ears. Divine thunder. Next, with a loud, crackling thunder, a purple shockwave erupted from the center of the beast pack. Snap! Any beast hit by it was struck as if by a heavy blow. Their bodies turned charred black, and they flew back 5 meters. The once dense beast pack looked like a sketch, lightly rubbed out by an eraser. A clearing appeared instantly. In the center, Su Jingming's tall, lean figure stood firm like a god of war. Around his body, streaks of purple lightning swirled, as if welcoming their king's arrival, dancing with joy. And right then, Zhou Mingyang and the others realized that wasn't just a shockwave, but a high-voltage net of purple thunder. Looking at the center, at that figure like a thunder god, Zhou Mingyang was stunned. It took a while for him to react. He muttered, Su Jingming. He really does have lightning powers. In the clearing, centered on Su Jingming, purple thunder spread out 3 meters. The roar was as loud as 1,000 chirping birds. The terrifying lightning turned the area into a dead zone. Outside those 3 meters were charred bodies of beasts. Inside there was only the ruler, Su Jingming covered in lightning. As expected, just physical strength isn't enough for these high-rank beasts. It's a bit of a stretch. Su Jingming raised his left hand, watching the purple arcs on his fingertips. Power and rank are linked to basic stats. Though he's just an awakener, his 180 vitality and spirit made his purple cloud thunder much stronger than before. Even against high-rank beasts, it's incredibly lethal. This is S-rank power, dominant and fierce. Su Jingming looked ahead. The dying beasts nearby had caught the Beast King's eye. The bloodlust bear stood up, 5 meters tall and 3 meters wide. It was like a heavy tank. Imagine that, a heavy tank standing upright. What a massive pressure. That's exactly what Su was facing. The rare bloodlust bear. This year's exam is seriously tough. Su Jingming licked his lips. Summer in Jiangnan. The sun sets late. The sunset hit the bloodlust bear, casting a long shadow. Because it was backlit, Su couldn't see the bear's face clearly, but its blood-red eyes felt extremely oppressive. Influenced by this aura, the cowering beasts, who were afraid to move, became aggressive again. They crouched low, baring their teeth, roaring and growling. This looks like a horror movie. But when we start, these minions might be a pain, Su Jingming thought. In that case, let's clear the field first. Su's gaze sharpened. The lightning on his skin, under his control, surged deep into his body. It's like a shot of adrenaline. Su's body jolted, and his eyes filled with purple thunder. At the same time, an immense power surged through his entire body. This is the feeling. On Su's sharp face was a wild, arrogant smile. Abilities are innate powers, used as easily as an arm, besides refined techniques, used for complex combat. There are simpler ways, like Zhou Mingyang's wind. It can reduce air resistance, to increase running speed, or his lightning blast just now, like a powerful plasma cannon. This current state is also a basic technique, channeling thunder into the body to stimulate cells, greatly boosts physical strength. He'd tried with a weak current before to stimulate his body, but besides some numbness, it did nothing. But with rest rank purple cloud thunder, it's totally different. Su Jingming could feel it. The thunder rushed like a river, surging within him, strengthening his body to an insane degree. Of course, this isn't a refined move, and thunder inside the body is extremely dangerous. A slip could damage his meridians. He can't keep this up for long. But to finish you beasts off, it's enough. A smirk crossed his face. With a flash of lightning, he vanished. When he reappeared, he was by a high-rank rhino, spear in hand, like a lightning bolt. It traced a purple arc. Before the rhino could react, a red line appeared on its neck. Then its massive head slipped smoothly to the ground. Its skin, hard as steel, at that moment, offered no protection at all. Blood sprayed like a fountain. High-rank beasts have tough lives. They move even with a split belly, but no head means certain death. The rhino's headless body collapsed into a pool of blood. Seeing the rhino killed right in front of it, the bear roared in fury and charged at Su Jingming. Despite its massive size, it was quite fast. On all fours, it covered 30 meters in a blink. It wasn't just running, it was practically leaping. But even so, Su Jingming was faster. With the thunder's boost, he became a purple blur, dashing through the pack. With every strike, his lightning obsidian spear claimed another life. Killed high-rank horned lizard. Points plus 15. Killed high-rank shadow cat. Points plus 13. Killed high-rank blade tiger. Points plus 14. System notifications chimed in his head, along with the bloodlust bear's roar of pure, helpless rage. What kind of lightning power is this? It's so strong. On the rooftop, Zhou Mingyang and the others were all stunned. Just the explosion of his power alone was enough to almost kill a high-level Tier 1 beast. And Su Jingming has only just awakened his ability. Even an A-level power shouldn't be this strong. The petite girl Meng Di swallowed hard. Thanks to the internet, she's seen high-level lightning users before. But even those high-level lightning users never felt this overwhelming. Su Jingming's power feels even scarier now, stronger than even A-level abilities. Could it be? Zhou Mingyang and the ball guy exchanged glances. They blurted out at the same time, as level. As soon as they said that, Zhou Mingyang shook his head right after. No, can be. If he really was an S-level ability user, the day he awakened, the whole Great Sha Nation would have gone crazy. Besides, these days, it's almost impossible to hide your true power level. Ability awakenings are handled by the state. Every awakened person has their power recorded in the national database. If there was an S-level ability, the government would have taken him for elite training long ago. No way he'd be stuck in resource-poor Jiangcheng, especially at second high. Maybe it's a mutated ability? The bald youth asked tentatively. A mutated ability? Zhou Mingyang thought for a moment. He nodded. It's definitely possible. The world is huge and full of surprises. Mutated powers are rare, but they do happen. There have been cases of Earth-level abilities mutating into Sky-level abilities before. But anyway, after today, all of Jiangcheng will definitely be shaken by him. Looking down at the lone spear, cutting down the beast horde like a force of nature, Zhou Mingyang looked very conflicted. Let's rewind to 4 minutes ago, when Su Jingming all alone showed up in front of the bloodthirsty bear horde, outside the exam site in the military zone. Gasps rang out. What is Su Jingming doing? How did he just show up in front of the beasts? Zhou Mingyang and the others knew. It's safer to watch from above first. Why is Su Jingming being so reckless? Run, get out of there. The education director and the principals are all Tier 2 ability users and have sharp eyes. They could tell Su Jingming's strength right away.
Taking on 2 or 3 Tier 1 high beasts, maybe.
But facing dozens at once, it's just wishful thinking. Not to mention, there's an even scarier Tier 2 bloodthirsty bear. He can't possibly handle that. So when they saw Su Jingming walk right out, into the very center with zero stealth, the director and principals immediately panicked. Many teachers from second high were yelling for him to run. But Su Jingming on screen couldn't hear them at all. Instead, he ended up alerting the whole beast horde and got swarmed. Su Jingming is way too confident. He actually just strode right into the core zone. The principal shook his head, looking grim, even if Su Jingming somehow survives. When the 5-subject Gaokao is over, this kind of reckless behavior gets noticed by college recruiters. It's going to tank his evaluation. He's done for now. He's the top student our school has seen in years. And just like that, is he about to fall? The principal of second high looked devastated too. Su Jingming, doesn't he still have his safety shield? Homeroom teacher Chun Fan quickly chimed in. But in this situation, can he even use it? Even if he does, that safety shield's electric field can't stop this group of high-level beasts. Principal Zhao Yo shook his head, then turned to the Gaokao field commander. Commander Wang, please send a nearby ability squad to get ready for a rescue, to do everything possible to protect students' lives. Besides the safety shield, there's another layer of protection.
It's
Ability user rescue squads posted all around the exam site. Unlike the inexperienced students, these ability user rescue squads are all elites who've seen real battle. They're put together very well as a team. They're only Tier 1, but as a group, they can even stand against Tier 2 beasts. Of course, there are only a handful of elite rescue squads in the whole military district. They are usually reserved for rescuing Gaokao students with lots of potential. Su Jingming, who's ranked number 1 now, definitely qualifies for an elite rescue team. All right, Commander Wang nodded. He opened communications and got ready to contact the rescue squad. Let's hope Su Jingming can hold out till the team arrives. Principal Zhao Yo sighed, and just at that moment, on Su Jingming's projection, a bright light suddenly flashed. Lightning exploded from Su Jingming, purple bolts surging out in every direction. Every beast nearby was blasted by this raging thunder, charred black by the electricity. They were flung away instantly. Su Jingming then looked like the god of thunder himself, with sparks in his eyes, purple lightning crackling all over his body, long spear in hand, fighting through the beast horde. That Tier 2 bloodthirsty bear chased after him, but never managed to land a hit. It could only watch as Su Jingming took down beast after beast. The fight got turned around completely. In just a flash, the director and principals were all left speechless by this sudden reversal. So this is Su Jingming's lightning ability. Principal Zhao Yao gasped. Next to him, Director Zhang Wenxin was stunned too. Principal Zhao, you're calling this just level 1? You have to be kidding me. In the very center of the ruined town, with the help of the Zephyr Thunder, Su Jingming toyed with the bloodthirsty bear like it was nothing. The bear seemed to realize it couldn't catch him, and gave up the chase. He was just being played with, so he simply stopped chasing. The huge beast sat in the middle of the square, its red eyes locked onto Su Jingming. Every time Su Jingming killed a beast, its bloodlust would rise a little more. There were 34 high-level Tier 1 beasts in total on the field. 13 of them surrounded Su Jingming at first, and got badly burned by his Zephyr Thunder. They're already charred and severely wounded. As for the remaining 21 beasts, in just 1 minute, with his cells activated, Su Jingming took them all down one after another. Crackle. Lightning flashed. Su Jingming gripped his spear. His tall form wreathed in thunder, and now stood just about 8 meters in front of the bloodthirsty bear. Pretty smart. You knew I'd come looking for you. Just waited right here. Su Jingming's eyes glowed with purple lightning. He stared at the bloodthirsty wild bear not far away. Now that's what you call an intimidating aura. The wild bear was completely furious. It snorted heavily. Its muscular chest heaved from hard breathing, rising and falling intensely. Its crimson eyes were cold and merciless. In this scene, some psychics with weak nerves might collapse right then and there. But Su Jingming stayed calm. He raised his left hand as if gripping the air. like the god of thunder himself. Purple lightning gathered around him, forming a streak of purple lightning. Crack! Su Jingming hurled the bolt hard. Boom! It hit the wild bear right on target. That lightning could kill top-tier first-level beasts. Yet, it only danced on the surface of the wild bear's body. All it did was make it look even fiercer. Didn't seem to have much effect otherwise. No wonder it's a rare breed among level 2 beasts. Its defense is tough. Su Jingming squinted slightly. Unlike regular pet animals, bloodthirsty wild bears never groom their fur. Their fur easily gets tangled together, forming an armor-like layer. This fur armor is as strong as grade 1 alloy. More importantly, it's non-conductive. Purple divine lightning is strong, but Su Jingming is still just an awakened. 2 ranks higher. Trying to hurt a level 2 wild bear is pretty tough. Looks like I need to break its defense first. As Su Jingming pondered, the wild bear didn't just sit idle. It let out a low roar. Its raging energy actually took shape around its body. Like a super saiyan, a red flow formed above it, rising up. Suddenly its body grew even larger. Veins bulged on its ferocious bear face. Even the rubble on the ground trembled from the power. Everything shook a little. Then it pushed off hard with both legs, leaving a deep pit in the ground. Its huge body, like a tower, leaped right at Su Jingming. Su Jingming was startled. Imagine a tiger tank coming right at you. How would that feel? That's exactly how I feel right now. His face changed, and he dodged to the side quickly. Boom! The wild bear crashed down, smashing the spot where Su Jingming stood before. The weathered concrete floor finally gave in, splitting apart with the wild bear at the center. Dust everywhere. Once the dust cleared, the wild bear, in its Super Saiyan form, appeared again before Su Jingming, starting with a rage mode. Guess it really wants to kill me quickly. Su Jingming clicked his tongue in awe. Low-level and high-level beasts usually have skills similar to humans in battle. Rage mode is one skill beasts use. Pretty common. Research shows when a beast activates rage mode, their little bit of intelligence vanishes, turning into pure killing machines. At the same time, during rage mode, their body gets much stronger. Normally, beasts only go rage when they're desperate. But this fight just started, and the wild bear already went full rage. Clearly, Su Jingming's earlier tactics really pissed it off. But I'm not stupid. Rage mode or not, I'm not gonna go head-to-head with you. Su Jingming thought to himself. His base energy was 180 points. With cell activation, it's even higher now. Incredible power. Still, even so, he had no plans for a direct clash with the bear. He's only 6'1". The wild bear is over 20 feet tall now. Fighting it head-on would be suicide. Best to use agility. A flash of lightning. Su Jingming, holding his spear, became a blur and vanished from sight. The wild bear sensed something was off. But before it could react, it felt a sharp pain in its leg. A cut with purple electric arcs. A huge gash appeared. On the bear's left leg, bright red blood gushed out, spraying from the leg artery. In pain, the bear's giant fist slammed down at the tiny human by its feet. Compared to the wild bear's 20-foot height, Su Jingming at just 6'1" is way more agile. The purple divine lightning kept stimulating his cells, giving him endless strength. At this rate, Su Jingming's agility was terrifying. So before the bear's fist got there, Su Jingming had already dodged to its right leg. Compared to the purple divine lightning, the sharp obsidian spear could break the defense better. So Su Jingming did the same thing, swiped his spear, and made a long gash on the bear's right leg. A fresh wound. The clumsy wild bear still hadn't caught sight of him. The pain from both leg wounds drove the bear into a frenzy, swinging its paws in wild attacks. But Su Jingming was already off to the side. Boom, boom, boom. The crazed bear was like a demolition machine. Beast corpses on the ground got smashed into mush. Around then, Su Jingming pushed his purple divine lightning to the max. Purple lightning bolts shot out from him, blasting the wild bear over and over. The bear was already slower than Su Jingming. Now with wounded legs, it was way slower. Rage mode killed its intelligence. But its survival instinct knew the lightning wasn't fatal. So it curled up at the spot, taking a defensive stance. Boom, boom. It went on like this. The purple lightning struck for almost half a minute. The bear's gray fur was scorched black. Should be about enough. Su Jingming flashed over, stopping 3 meters in front of the bear. 3 meters away. The bear only needed 1 step forward to attack. Just a little move to reach Su Jingming. But as it tried to move, wanting to vent its rage on the little human, it was shocked. Its legs felt like they disappeared, totally unresponsive. Worse yet, its arms felt heavy, couldn't lift them anymore. Endured my purple divine lightning for over half a minute. Really think nothing happened. Su Jingming shook his head. The bloodthirsty violent bear may have strong fur defense, but the obsidian spear already broke through its leg armor earlier, after that half a minute of bombardment. Even though a lot of lightning was blocked, plenty of thunder still went in through the wounds and entered the bear's body. It paralyzed its nerves. That's exactly what Su Jingming wanted. Can't move at all? Now you're just a sitting duck. Su Jingming gripped his spear and started to fight back. The 50-kilogram obsidian spear was swung up, its head wrapped with crackling lightning. Crack, crack. Purple lightning covered his whole body. With the ancient aura of Zixao God Thunder, Su Jingming was fully enveloped, looking almost like a god. The spear moved so fast it turned into afterimages. In just 3 or 4 seconds, he left. Dozens of bowl-sized wounds on the bear. Lightning still flickered in each wound, dealing extra damage. With any regular beast, it would have been dead for sure. But for this beast over 6 meters tall, a tough-skinned, tough-muscled Tier 2 bloodthirsty violent bear, these wounds were just minor injuries. Just then, the bear suddenly realized its arms could move again, when an evil grin broke out across his giant face, and he was just about to fight back. The human before him suddenly leapt up, right at chest level with the bear. Those sharp, icy black and white eyes were calm and focused. Right then, a deep, commanding voice rang out next to his ear. Thunder flash. Amid a deafening thunderclap, the black spear unleashed a wave of lightning so powerful it terrified the bear. He instinctively tried to block with his arms, but it was already too late. The battered, bloodthirsty, violent bear got hit with a devastating blow. Wild purple thunder exploded right from its chest, with a huge force, sending it flying like a cannonball. It smashed through the broken center fountain, and then plowed a trench over 20 meters long across the ground. Before stopping, you could see its left chest, blasted out in a charred, massive hole. Its heart was already destroyed. Only purple thunder remained, swirling inside. The bear could feel its strength quickly draining away, and its mind fading. It subconsciously tried to get up, shakily stood up, but before its first step, it crashed to the ground with a boom.
This
Monster that could level a small town completely lost all signs of life here. Ding, kill confirmed. Tier 2 lower. Bloodthirsty violent bear. Plus 2,400 ability points.
Hearing that system notification,
Su Jingming stood there with his spear, finally breathing in relief. It's finally over. He'd just pushed his current strength to the max, even though it barely lasted 2 minutes. That was an insane fight, with his nerves always stretched to the limit. Even with his 180 points in health and willpower, it was still almost too much. Good thing the result was great in the end. Of course, even if that last combo didn't work, Su Jingming still had a backup plan. He could just use ability points to boost his stats.
basically,
As long as he's sitting on over 200 billion ability points. From the start, this bear's death was a done deal. Su Jingming dropped out of his cell activation mode. The lightning faded from his eyes, and the Zixao God Thunder around him was pulled back as well. Without God Thunder's boost, he immediately felt lightheaded. But he knew this weakness was just the illusion of lost power. Actually, he just reverted to his old self from before his cell activation. That's all. With all the beasts in the core zone down. I wonder what my score is now. Su Jingming opened his smartwatch to check his score. Su Jingming, 11,124 points, ranked first. Jiang Changno, 2 high school.
he had a feeling he'd get a high score.
But seeing that number still shocked him. After that shock wore off, he broke into a happy smile. Knew it. The core area monsters really did give the most points. If I remember right, last year's top scorer in Jiangnan province only had 8,000 plus points. Does that mean I've already locked in the provincial champion? Right then, Su Jingming glanced out at the dead, bloodthirsty, violent bear in the distance, not ready to stop there,
He slung the nearly broken obsidian spear on his back.
and headed straight for the central area. Meanwhile, Zhou Mingyang and the others on the roof were still shocked by what Su Jingming just did. The bloodthirsty, violent bear just died, just like that. Zhou Mingyang swallowed hard. From the beginning to when the bear was finished off by the spear, it took less than 2 minutes total. You gotta realize, with these tough Tier 2 beasts, even the elite ability users would take over half an hour to finish one off. Insane. Totally insane. The shaved head boy stared at his smartwatch in awe. Su Jingming already broke 10,000 points. Over 10,000 points. Zhou Mingyang's eyes popped open.
He blurted out,
Last year's provincial champ in Jiangnan only had 8,000 something. Yet Su Jingming got over 10,000 points. Could he actually be this year's top scorer? Provincial champ, wow. That's crazy. The nearby people all gasped. Then Mendy's voice suddenly cut in. Look! Su Jingming just left. Look which way he's going. Looks like he's heading for the middle zone. The middle zone? I guess that's the provincial champ for you. He killed all the Tier 2 monsters. And isn't even taking a break. He's still headed for the next area. The bald guy clicked his tongue in amazement. Now Zhou Mingyang snapped out of it too. He slapped his leg. Well, whether Su Jingming is the champ or not, I'm not sure. But I do know, if we don't hurry to the central area now, in this last hour, we might not get even a single point. Yeah, at his speed, he might clear out the whole central zone. Come on, move. Hey, well then, guess I'll go on ahead, Zhou Mingyang style. They all realized, and didn't stop to think anymore. They grabbed their weapons and rushed downstairs. Zhou Mingyang didn't need his teammates anymore, harnessing his wind power. And was the fastest one there? Outside the exam grounds, numerous principals and teachers were awed by Su Jingming's terrifying powers, and watched his actions with growing tension. A second-tier bloodthirsty bear, even for top principals like them, was a threat even at their peak strength. They'd usually have to avoid it. But now this fearsome beast was almost like a toy, played entirely by Su Jingming. He dodged easily, as the bear attacked again and again, and then crippled its legs with 2 shots. He kept blasting it with lightning power, paralyzing it so badly it couldn't move. His spear struck furiously, and in a flash, the bear was left critically wounded. The final blow, enhanced with thunder, pierced its heart, finishing the kill. Every move flowed seamlessly, so smooth and slick, that when the giant bear finally crashed to the ground, everyone went dead silent. Nobody expected that. Even the genius candidates from the capital, who dread this second-tier bloodthirsty bear, would see it get taken out like this. Not until the rankings updated, and Su Jingming hit 10,000 points. Did the director and all the teachers finally react? 10,000 points. A new record. It's a new record. That's when a teacher from second high shouted with excitement. Reminded by his outburst, all the principals and teachers in the stands snapped back and erupted into noisy shock. 10,000 points. It didn't just break our Jiangcheng record. It's the Jiangnan province record too. What a true genius. Jiangcheng is blessed. Looks like the top scorer in the whole province will be from our city. All the principals and teachers from the 3 schools cheered without a care for their image, to be honest. Before this, because Su Jingming was from second high, the other 2 schools might have held a grudge, but not anymore. A guy who could become provincial top scorer like Su Jingming now stood for not just second high, but for all of Jiangcheng. Well done. Even Principal Zhao Yao couldn't help standing up, excitedly rushing forward. He was usually the calm type, but he'd lost his composure more than ever now. But faced with this kind of surprise, who cares about losing it a little? This score pretty much guarantees the top spot in the province. Worst case, he's still top 3 in Jiangnan. You know, second high in Jiangcheng's been around over 100 years. And our best result ever in Jiangnan province was just 64th place. But now, I'm the one who did what no principal before ever could. How can I not be excited? Man, what an outstanding student. Why didn't I bring him into the rocket class back then? Back in second high stands, The rocket class homeroom teacher was excited but full of regret. If only he'd pulled Su Jingming into his class. Imagine how incredible their honor would be now. Awesome. Su Jingming, you're amazing. To think someone from his own class might hit top scorer in the province. Just the idea. Class 5. Homeroom teacher Chun Fan felt like he was dreaming. But the pain from pinching himself reminded him. It was all real. He got even more excited. Can't believe we've got such a beast in class 5. So fierce. Bet you didn't see that coming. I sure didn't. 10,000 points. And I only got 102. That's a 100-fold gap. As the martial arts exam drew to a close, a lot of students who were eliminated by triggering the safety sphere returned to the open ground early. Seeing Su Jingming's insane score now, they were just as shocked as anyone. The senior pulled off 10,000 points. That's insane. With these results, he's got his pick of any top talent university. Not just that, the top schools will be begging him to enroll. From today on, Su Jingming is my idol. Out on the second high sports field, freshmen and sophomores, plus teachers were all fired up. Most of the students looked up to Su Jingming as their role model. Their cheeks flushed with excitement. An hour flew by fast, and it was suddenly 9 o'clock sharp. At that moment, students inside the Ruins Town exam area all had their smartwatches pop up, a red alert screen. And right then, the voice alert followed. Attention please. The 2037 Jiangcheng Martial Arts College entrance exam is over. Killing beasts will not earn more points. Students, please return soon. Repeat. The 2037 Jiangcheng Martial Arts College entrance exam has ended. Killing beasts will not add points anymore. Students, please return quickly. The message played 3 times before stopping. All the students who got the notice in the exam hall were either emotional or a bit regretful, heading back with all kinds of feelings. The martial arts exam was finished. Su Jingming pulled his spear out of a beast's corpse, feeling a bit regretful too. There's just no more chance to rack up so many power points that fast. He then slung his spear over his shoulder and headed back. With the exam over, a brand new future awaited him. At exactly 9 o'clock, the ranking scores for the martial arts exam were set for good. Su Jingming kept his first place spot with almost 10 times the runner-up score. All the way at the top, former favorite Zhou Mingyang only got second. And with the exam done, one by one, students walked out from the ruins town. Besides trading stories about what happened inside, there was only one topic everyone wanted to talk about, and that was Su Jingming. Over 10,000 points. That's just wild. I'm in the same class as Su Jingming. If I told you he only has first-level powers, would you believe it? First-level power. You're kidding me. First-level power could keep B-class Zhou Mingyang in check by 10 times? No way. Worth noting, when students from Su Jingming's class told others he was only first-level power, no one believed them. Time passed. Most students had made it back outside. Just a few were still deep in Ruins Town, yet to exit. Su Jingming was one of them, of course. But these students who had exited didn't get on the buses right away, hanging around instead. Everyone wanted to see the guy who just scored over 10,000 and find out what kind of freak he really was. While they waited, they couldn't help speculating about Su Jingming's final ranking. Last year, Jiangnan Province's top scorer only had 8,000 something. With over 10,000 points, he's probably the province top scorer, but who knows? Maybe some other city will have someone pop up, just as freaky as Su Jingming. That's true. But anyway, he's for sure top 3 in Jiangnan Province. Top 3 in our province. That's a huge win for our whole city. Yeah. Our city finally has a true genius. In terms of economic growth, among the dozens of cities in Jiangnan, Jiang City was always at the bottom. In the national martial arts exams, we were usually invisible. On the annual provincial rankings, you'd have to look past 100th place to find a single student from Jiang City. But this year is completely different. Su Jingming, with over 10,000 points, is qualified for the top scholar title. Even if he fails, he's still top 3. When the time comes, all of Jiang City will be famous because of him. Because of this, the excited education director Zhang Wanshan, along with principals and teachers, left the stands long ago to wait for Su Jingming at the exit. The students on the field were also proud. Some students from class 5, second high, bragged about their past ties with him, how close they used to be.
Especially,
Sister Liu, who was already on good terms, was grinning so wide, her mouth nearly reached her ears. Kiki, is this Su Jingming really your cousin? The student from first high? In the crowd, Xiaoya, who had lost interest, back at the Thunder Martial Arts Hall, asked Tang Qi with sparkling eyes. Good grief, you've asked 3 times. Su Jingming's cousin. Tang Qi rolled her eyes. I'm not 100% sure, but it's most likely him. Fine, I believe you. Xiaoya nodded, then grabbed Tang Qi's arm and shook it like a spoiled child. My dear best friend, give me your cousin's contact info, please. Why do you want it now? Weren't you uninterested yesterday? Seeing Xiaoya's pleading look, Tang Qi couldn't help but tease her. Today is different. Yesterday he was just a level 1. Today he's number 1 in Zhang City. Status is different, so treatment should be too. Hearing Xiaoya's blunt tone, Tang Qi was quite speechless. She changed her tune so fast. Just as she was about to speak, someone shouted out, Su Jingming is coming out. Hearing that shout, the entire field fell dead silent, including Tang Qi and Xiaoya. Everyone turned to look at the ruins town exit. A tall figure walked out from the dark ruins. It was indeed Su Jingming. He wore a blood-stained black battlesuit, looking calm and composed. A 7-foot black spear was on his back. This battered, nearly broken spear seemed to tell the story of the fierce battles he had fought. Su Jingming returned in triumph. Director Jiang Wanshen, standing nearby, took the lead and gave the most enthusiastic applause. Then, the principals and teachers joined in, but compared to the officials, the students were much louder. Congratulations, Su Jingming. Our entire class of candidates is shining because of you. As fellow candidates, if the gap was only a few hundred points, they might still feel competitive, thinking their skills were close. But a gap of 10,000 points is a total landslide victory. And from now on, Su Jingming doesn't just represent himself.
he represents all of Jiang City.
So, the students cheered generously, clapping, and some bold girls began shouting their love for him. Facing this scene, with his ears buzzing so much, he couldn't hear a word clearly. Su Jingming was a bit dazed. He never expected such a grand welcome. After the exams ended, truly dazzling. Not far behind, Zhou Mingyang just walked out too. He watched with some envy, but he also knew that even if he were first, he wouldn't get this much cheering. After all, he couldn't score 10,000. Get ready for the buses, everyone. The buses will take you back to the city. The cheering lasted for over a minute, before gradually dying down. Commander Wang began the evacuation. As for Su Jingming, the principal arranged for him to take a private car home. This left those Class 5 students who wanted to ride with him very disappointed. Have you picked an ability school, Jingming? The scenery outside flashed by. Jingming sat in the back seat. The driver was Principal Zhao Yao. Usually, the principal has a driver, but now he was driving himself, grinning from ear to ear, not bothered at all. Not yet. Su Jingming shook his head. He was telling the truth. Since transmigrating, he only thought about getting stronger and scoring higher, not which university to attend. With your score, you can get into any school in the country, including the top 3 elite schools. Zhao Yao seemed more excited than Jingming. By the way, do you know those 3? Su Jingming nodded. Martial arts culture is strong here. Exams are broadcast live, and thousands of ability colleges organize leagues every year to determine their rankings. Among these thousands of schools, 3 always take the top spots: Qingjing Capital and Magic City Ability University. These 3 schools all have histories of over 200 years, rich resources, and mentors who are at least level 6. They stand above all other schools and are called the top 3 elite schools. The holy grail for students, the top 3 elite schools. That's the ultimate goal every student dreams of. Principal Zhao Yao sighed with emotion. But for you, they are within easy reach. Heck, they'll be begging you to join. Begging me? Su Jingming tilted his head, looking puzzled. Your score qualifies for recruitment. Once national rankings are out, The top 10 schools will offer anything just to get you to enroll. If that's not begging, what is? The principal laughed heartily. Recruitment is for the top 3 in the province, and Jingming is clearly one of them. I suggest you go back and research those top 3 schools. Don't be clueless when recruitment day comes. Also, don't let their flashy offers dazzle you too much. The most important thing is finding the right fit. Of course, with those top 3, anyone you pick will lead to a bright future. Principal Zhao Yo directly ignored the other 7 of the top 10 schools and spoke seriously. I understand. Thanks, Principal. Su Jingming nodded, indicating he understood. The martial arts exams are over. It's time to choose a school. It takes over an hour to drive from the military district to downtown. By the time Su Jingming got home, it was already 11:23 p.m. He was so exhausted he didn't even bother to wash up. He just took off his blood-soaked uniform and collapsed onto the bed. He fell into a deep sleep. He didn't wake up until after 9 the next morning. Only then did he come out of his deep sleep. He actually slept for more than 10 hours straight. He glanced at the time on his phone. Su Jingming jumped up from bed and rushed into the bathroom. Warm water flowed from the shower head, washing over his bare body. 12 hours of intense fighting. Su Jingming had sweated a lot. His whole body felt sticky. Now the warm water washed over him. He immediately felt refreshed. He then opened his system panel. Name, Su Jingming. Level, Awakened. Ability, Zi Zhao Divine Thunder, S-Class. Physique, 183. Vitality, 183. Spirit, 185. Skills, Advanced Marksmanship, Lightning Storm. Advanced Ability Points, 2,534. The biggest gain from the 5-subject exam was all those ability points. 2,534 ability points. Once I get into Ability University, they should last me a while, Su Jingming thought to himself. The importance of ability points is obvious. If this was an ordinary wilderness zone, there's no way I could have earned so many points in such a short time. I owe it to the 5-subjects exam this time. I wonder if Ability University will have beast hunting competitions like this. If so, I'll be the first to sign up. Su Jingming was in a great mood, humming a little tune. He finished his shower and went back to his room. He turned on the computer and searched for info on the top 3 academies. All 3 top academies have been around for hundreds of years. They're all prestigious schools with long histories. Daxia has produced many powerful figures. As he read up on them, Su Jingming kept letting out surprised exclamations. Turns out the current 9 realms guardians graduated from Qinjin Ability University. Top-tier ability training methods are unique to these elite academies. I had no idea until I checked. It really shocked me. About half of all top ability users in the country, actually, came from the big 3 academies. That's a staggering ratio. After all, there are thousands of ability universities nationwide. Plus, there are lots of people who went to foreign ability universities and only returned to China after graduating. Yet even counting all those schools together, the number of strong graduates only matches the output of the top 3 academies. Shows how deep their background is. And what matters most is, ability training methods are the foundation for progressing as an ability user. But even among those, some are way better than others. The training speed varies a lot. Take this for example. If you use the weakest basic method, it takes most Awakened 3 or 4 years just to become an ability user. But if you use the top-tier training method, you can get there in less than half a year. From the info Su Jingming found, most of the top ability training methods are only available at the libraries of the big 3 academies. No wonder people say online. The 3 top academies keep all the best techniques for themselves. They refuse to share training secrets. It suddenly made sense to Su Jingming. But he didn't really mind. Top training methods are so valuable. It's impossible to pressure the schools with public opinion just to get them to share those abilities. That's simply not going to happen. Ding dong, just as he was about to keep reading. The doorbell rang outside. Someone's here to see me this early. Could it be a friend? Su Jingming, still puzzled, got up and left his room. He opened the door. There were 2 beautiful women outside, one older, one younger. The older was in her 30s, dressed in elegant clothes, with a refined face. The younger one was about Su Jingming's age, tall and slim, and looked a lot like the older woman. But she was even colder. The two of them were his aunt Su Qingguan and cousin Tang Qi. Aunt, cousin, Su Jingming called out with a smile. He brought them inside, but it was a little awkward. Because of the ability evolution the night before last, his whole living room looked like it had been torched. The floor and walls were scorched black, and all the living room furniture had been burned to ashes. There wasn't a single place left to sit. Xiaoming, what happened to your house? Aunt Su Qingguan was alarmed. She quickly grabbed Su Jingming to check him over. When did this happen? Are you hurt? Just a little accident. Nothing major. Seeing how worried his aunt was, Su Jingming softened. After his parents passed away, his aunt was the only one left, who made him feel any family warmth. As long as you're okay, that's all that matters. Aunt Su Qingguan let out a sigh of relief. Then she said, I'm here today, mainly to ask about your exam results yesterday. Didn't your cousin tell you? Su Jingming was a little surprised. I thought it'd be better if you told her yourself, so I didn't say anything. Cousin Tang Qi gave a sly smile. I see. Su Jingming nodded. Let's head downstairs and find somewhere to sit. Su Jingming took them downstairs, to a cafe he often visited nearby, called Morning Light Cafe. It was about 10 a.m. by then, so there weren't many people around. Su Jingming picked a window seat and ordered 3 hot coffees. The coffee here wasn't any fancy hand-ground brew, so in no time, 3 steaming hot coffees were brought to the table by the server. Here you go, enjoy. The server gave them a friendly smile and walked away. Now we can solve the mystery. Right, Zhao Bu. Su Qingguan smiled as she held her coffee cup. Why were you being so mysterious? You're not worried I'll beat you like when you were a kid, are you? Relax. Ever since you started high school, have I ever hit you? I even agreed to let you take the martial arts exam, didn't I? No matter what your grades are this time, I won't beat you. Hearing his aunt's words, Su Jingming scratched his nose, embarrassed. His aunt's a typical southern woman, gentle and kind, but only when there are no finals. Whenever his grades dropped after an exam, he'd end up getting scolded and spanked. And there was nothing he could do. After all, his parents died when he was only 11. His aunt was the official guardian assigned to him. Don't worry, Mom. Your nephew won't let you down this time. Your nephew won't disappoint you this time. Seeing Mom misunderstood his intentions, Tang Qi quickly explained, Is that what you meant? Xiaoming, you did pretty well on your exam this time. How many points? Did you get 100? Aunt Su Qingguan's eyes lit up. She quickly asked, 100 is the nationally recognized minimum admission score. If you get above 100, you have a shot at entering Ability University. Yes, I got 100 points. Su Jingming nodded with a smile. Actually, it's way more than 100. It's over 10,000 points. Over 10,000 points? That score is shocking. So much that Aunt Su Qingguan's eyes widened. She was completely stunned. She didn't process it yet. About the college entrance exam. Because of Tang Qi, Su Qingguan knows quite a lot too. She knows that every year, the highest score in Jiangcheng is just over 1,000. The top scorer in all of Jiangnan province is only 9,000 points. When Su Jingming said he got over 10,000 points, Aunt Su Qingguan was stunned for a second, but she quickly snapped back. She instinctively chose not to believe it. She frowned. Xiaoming, don't joke around. Tell us your real score. Mom, Jingming's not joking. He really got 10,000. Over 10,000 wait. To be exact, it's 11,124 points. On our Jiangcheng official news account, it's already been reported. Tang Qi smiled and handed over her phone. On the phone is an article just released from Jiangcheng's official account. The headline says, 10,000 points. From Jiangcheng's second highest top dark horse. The article's photo is Su Jingming with a spear, beating a second-tier bloodthirsty bear. Its Xiaoming aunt recognized Su Jingming from the photo, so she started reading the article right away. Su Qingguan is gentle by nature. Usually nothing really shakes her emotions. But as she read the article bit by bit, her eyes glowed brighter. A rosy flush of excitement appeared on her face. She started to look thrilled. 10,000 points, Jiangcheng's #1. That's awesome, that's awesome. Su Qingguan felt like she just won millions in the lottery. And the article on the phone was like her winning ticket. She checked it over and over, muttering Xiaoming finally made it. Now the Su family has someone who will carry on. Stuff like that. After a while, she calmed down again. Xiaoming, with your score. When it's time to pick your college, you can basically pick any of the top 10 schools in the country. Aunt Su Qingguan asked excitedly. Yesterday, the principal told me. I've already got a special admission offer. No need to apply. Just wait for those colleges to give me their terms. Su Jingming explained with a smile. Tang Qi chimed in. Mom, with cousin Jingming's score, he's pretty much guaranteed to be the province's top scorer. Even if he's not number one, at least top 3 in Jiangnan province. With that rank, even the 3 top universities will compete to enroll him. He won't have to go through the regular application process. Direct special admission from the 3 top universities. Great, Xiaoming. You really gave your aunt a huge surprise. Su Qingguan kept repeating how great it was, then asked impatiently, Right, when are the rankings for the 5 subjects published? The date isn't fixed, but at the latest, it's in 5 days. After thinking a bit, Su Jingming replied, The national scores for all 5 subjects will be released on the same day at the same time. Before that, each province will check the exam footage from the 5 subjects. Strictly review everything to prevent cheating. It's a lot of work, but at most 5 days later. So it'll be announced before June 13th. Alright, once the scores are out, Aunt will treat you to a big meal. Su Qingguan had a radiant smile on her face. After a pause, she asked her biggest question. But Xiaoming, you only have a level 1 ability, right? How do you get such a high score? From ancient times till now, the rarer the ability, the stronger the power. That's common knowledge. Though there are some who rely on basic abilities and become strong, but they're extremely rare. They're practically 1 in a million. And from the article's description, like Thunder Surge, tons of rank 1 beasts got killed or injured. That can't be from a weak level 1 electric ability. Can't produce that kind of power. After all, Su Jingming is only an awakened, not even a true ability user yet. When Su Qingguan asked, Tang Qi also looked over eagerly. She was really curious too. Su Jingming had already prepared for this. He explained with a smile. The afternoon before yesterday, I was working out in the living room. Suddenly, lightning struck from outside, knocked me out cold. When I woke up, I found my ability had evolved, got a lot stronger. So that's why you went to Thunder Martial Arts Gym to test it. Tang Qi realized. So that's what happened. Su Qingguan nodded along. There really was thunder the afternoon before yesterday. But you weren't injured by lightning. Instead, you lucked out. Your ability mutated. You were pretty lucky. Next time, go to the gym and get your ability checked again. See what level your mutated ability is now. From the article's description, your ability should at least be above B level now. Su Jingming nodded after hearing that. Ability mutation is rare, but it does happen. Making this his explanation for the power-up was his plan all along. Happened to coincide with his mutation the other day. Lightning hit outside. Most of the people at home knew about it. Alright, anyway. You two, one is Zhang Cheng's 12th place. One is Zhang Cheng's top scorer. You both did great. Let's go to the market for groceries. I'll cook something tasty for you at noon. Su Qingguan couldn't hide her smile. Su Jingming smiled too when he saw her. He walked side by side with cousin Tang Qi next to aunt. June 11th, 9 p.m. Magic City Ability University Admissions Office. In other places, 3rd and 4th tier ability users are rare. But here, the office is full of them. They sat around a big round table. There were at least 30 or 40 people. These ability users looked anxious, like they were waiting for something. Not long after, a slightly chubby middle-aged man hurried in.
He raised a device in his hand.
The national ranking for the 5 subjects is out. Everyone, get ready. The National V Subject College Entrance Exam rankings are kept strictly secret before official release. But that's just for regular people. For these top universities, getting the rankings a day early isn't a big deal. The rankings are finally out. The release seems a bit slower this year, but last year was only a day earlier. for the admissions office at Magic City Ability University. These are the busiest days of the year. They set special admission strategies based on the top 3 students from each province. They make different plans. Some students are really strong and have huge potential. They need more resources to recruit. If some students are less impressive, with average potential, then it's okay to spend fewer resources. Actually, Magic City Ability University isn't the only one. The other 2 top universities, Xinjiang Ability University and Magic City Ability University, do the same, as usual. Let's check how the provincial top scorers did. The middle-aged man up front takes the mechanical disc and puts it into the projector. With a buzz, a list holding scores and rankings from over 30 provinces for every student instantly appears as a projection. First province, Qingjin City. The man starts speaking in a deep voice. The projection looks almost smart and directly shows the student rankings for the capital, Qingjin City. They're displayed clearly. Everyone looks straight at the top rank. Top scorer, Zhou Yi, Qingjin High School, 9,343 points, showing Zhou Yi's details. As soon as the man finishes speaking, a clear electronic voice sounds. Yes, director. Then, in the center of the round table, a hologram appears. On screen, it's Zhou Yi's battle scene from the 5 subject exams. Zhou Yi, age 18. He awakens strength type, a rank ability, bronze body. Top tier, phase 1. His father is a phase 4 ability user. Every top university
Has amazing info gathering power.
Magic City Ability University is no exception. While Zhou Yi's battle is playing in the main hologram, his personal info echoes in the admissions teacher's ears. Bronze body is a pretty good rank ability. Looking at his battle, he handles his abilities well. The teachers start discussing. They all chime in. After a bit, the hologram finishes playing the video. The man up front speaks in a deep voice again. Zhou Yi is assigned to A+ level special admissions. Teacher Wang Jian, please handle the follow-up. Got it. A teacher stands up and nods. After this meeting, he'll head right to Qingjin City. Second province, Hunan Province. Time passes quickly. Every provincial top scorer is evaluated by the admissions director and the teachers. Special admission levels are set. Some get the A+ level, others just regular level 1, and some with lower level 1. Of course, if someone is a provincial top scorer, their abilities won't be too weak. Soon it's Jiangnan Province's turn. 13th province, Jiangnan. The man's deep voice comes again. The projection swiftly switches to Jiangnan's rankings. Last year, Jiangnan had an A+ special admissions slot. Wonder what it'll be this year. It should be a +2. Jiangnan is a major population province. Usually, their top scorer is very strong. So, everyone including the admissions director looks at the top of the rankings. Top scorer, Su Jingming, Jiangchengno, 2 High School, 11,124 points. Over 10,000 points. Jiangnan went all out this year. But Jiangcheng, isn't that the provincial capital? The teachers, at first, are shocked by Su Jingming's score. But seeing he's from Jiangchengno, too high, they get confused. Jiangcheng, the capital of Jiangnan. But isn't the capital Ning'an? What is Jiangcheng? How come I've never heard of it? Su Jingming, 18. Awakened nature type, level 1 ability, weak current, etc. His parents died in a beast attack 7 years ago. When Su Jingming's info pops up, the teacher's confusion grows. What? A level 1 ability user? How is that a provincial top scorer? For decades before, Jiangnan's top scorer was usually from Ning'an, the capital, or from cities near Ning'an, often the wealthier ones, which makes sense. After all, rich families are strong. Those living in these cities usually have some wealth. Their kids are strong too. The provincial top scorers are like Qingjin City's top scorer, with a rank and top-tier abilities. June 12th is the last day for the National V Subject College exam scores to be announced. So today, the rankings have to drop. Director of Ning'an Education Bureau and a bunch of teachers wait in front of their computers. They're ready for the announcement. And in this pretty large office, they've got cakes and champagne ready. All that's left is the official announcement. And then they'll celebrate. Lei Zhou from Ning'an No 1 High did well this year. He scored over 9,200. He should be the top scorer. Most likely. But you never know. Heard there's a few talented students in the next province. That's true. Guess it's up to fate. The teachers chat and discuss. From Ning'an no. One high. Lei Zhou, who has an A rank, top phase ability, is the favorite for a provincial champ. The results are out. Right then. A teacher keeping watch by the computer looks excited. Opens the ranking list, but pauses for a second. What's wrong? Director of Ning'an Education Bureau senses something off, frowns, and goes over. Then sees the top scorer is an unfamiliar name. Jiangnan's top scorer, Su Jingming, Jiangcheng no, 2 high school. Total score of 11,124. What? Jiangcheng is the top scorer? That director over there. Eyes widen, totally shocked. This happened not just at Ning'an Education Bureau, but also in other cities' education bureaus. But compared to their shock, the Jiangnan journalists sprang into action. Remember, Jiangnan is a major population province. It has 24 cities and nearly 34 counties. The capital, Ning'an, and nearby cities are the most developed, with the most ability users, where geniuses emerge most often. But Jiangcheng, at the far north edge, is known for its lack of resources and few talented people. Usually, Jiangnan's top scorers come from Ning'an or nearby cities. But this year it's totally different. The top scorer in the province actually came from a totally unknown place, Jiangcheng, a city that most people in Jiangnan province have never even heard of. What does that mean? It means big buzz and trending topics. So these journalists started frantically gathering every bit of info about Su Jingming. They were blown away by what they found. Totally unexpected results. Level 1 superpower. An awakened, not yet promoted. Each word got them more excited. Their eyes lit up in amazement. This is a headline just waiting to happen. Journalists turned into octopuses, and in just minutes, they published thousands of words each. A total dark horse. A provincial top scorer from Jiangcheng. Shocking. The provincial champ is just an awakened. Who says a level 1 superpower can't top the province? Every one of these headlines was a total clickbait. As soon as they posted online, tons of people clicked to read, especially in Jiangnan province. Locals kept posting under these articles, leaving their comments. Isn't the provincial champ always a high-level superpower? Even an awakened can be top scorer? A level 1 awakened is the provincial champ? If that's real, I'll eat shit on the spot. The guy above, just you wait. I'm gonna dig up his martial arts exam video now. With all this news, most of the comments were doubting. After all, past province champs in Jiangnan were always high-level supers, at least A or B tier abilities. Now suddenly an awakened with an odd-level power. Nobody can believe he's the top scorer. Some really extreme people started ranting in the comments, saying this year's martial arts exam was rigged.
Claiming Su Jingming is actually some big shot's useless son.
A total failure propped up, who was forced into the top scorer spot. Cheating on the martial arts exam is really serious. With these comments, public opinion started snowballing. Many people went straight to the official Jiangcheng account, asking for the truth. When things were getting out of hand, the Jiangcheng official account calmly released Su Jingming's full exam video. Some trolls who were ready to go off in the comments were instantly stunned. He really is an awakened Su Jingming, the province champ. Damn, shot one right through a level 1 horned beast's head. Whoa, that power is even stronger than a level 1 super. Looks like some type of power-enhancing super ability. But he's only an awakened. How can the boost be this strong? Turns out he's not a power enhancer. He's lightning type. How is that only a level 1 power? Low-quality media spreading rumors for clicks. Su Jingming's martial arts exam video is 12 hours long. Covers every moment in the test. As soon as it was out, the doubts about Su Jingming vanished. Instead, people were amazed by his insane marksmanship and powerful lightning superpowers. Su Jingming is trending everywhere online. He's a huge local sensation in Jiangcheng too. The martial arts exam is a national topic, but the best any past Jiangcheng student ever did was just break the province's top 100. People used to be embarrassed about that, so nobody in Jiangcheng really cared before. But now it's different. Jiangcheng has a province champion. tons of people got excited and started posting online. Those who knew Su Jingming before all claimed to be his friends. The local media got super busy too and swarmed into Jiangcheng 2 High School to interview the principal. As soon as Su Jingming scored over 10,000 points, the principal saw this coming, so he threw on a suit and faced a bunch of mics, looking calm and collected, and spoke confidently. Besides that, Su Jingming's homeroom teacher and a bunch of faculty got interviewed too. This time, the usually strict homeroom teacher couldn't stop smiling. In every sentence, they praised Su Jingming without holding back. Besides Jiangcheng 2 High, the City Education Bureau, and even city officials were interviewed. Su Jingming is the pride of Jiangcheng. Getting these results is thanks to his hard work. Of course, he was also nurtured by his school and the Education Bureau. As usual, Education Bureau Chief Zhang Wensheng gave a passionate official speech and then announced Su Jingming will get a reward, including 1 million cash and a superpower training method. After the Education Bureau finished rewarding him, the city government followed up and said they'd give Su Jingming another 1 million cash, plus a luxury villa in the city. Rewarding the province topper is an old tradition here. Although compared to Ning'an, the provincial capital, Jiangcheng is much poorer. They can still come up with a few million. Besides, the attention Su Jingming brought means way more to Jiangcheng than what the government gave. Su Jingming had no idea about all the online drama after getting calls from his aunt and congratulations from his principal and chief.
He headed straight to Thunder Martial Arts Hall.
Even with the system, basic daily training is still a must. Inside the training room, his nearly worn-out obsidian spear whirled into a black blur in his hands. He swung it so fast, it howled through the air. Even with the spear weighing 50 kilograms, it didn't seem to bother him at all. Every move was textbook perfect. Then his phone rang, interrupting Su Jingming's training. He frowned, put away his spear and picked up his phone.
It was Principal Zhao Yang of Jiangcheng 2 High.
Didn't the principal just call earlier? Why is he calling again? Being the province champ means Su Jingming will soon be super famous. But he doesn't really like being disturbed, especially while training. So he put his phone on whitelist only mode early on. Never thought the principal would call him over and over. But Su Jingming knew, with the principal's personality, he'd never call for no reason, unless it was something important. So he didn't hesitate and hit answer. Sure enough, as soon as he picked up, Principal Zhao Yao's excited voice came through. Su Jingming, get to school now. The top admissions officers from the big 3 colleges are here. Those admission officers got here fast. Su Jingming was a bit surprised. 3 top arts and superpower universities. Qingjing Superpower University is in northern Daxia. Jincheng Superpower University is in central Daxia, both pretty far from Jiangnan. Only Modu Superpower University is a little closer. He thought they wouldn't get here till tomorrow at the earliest. Whatever, no need to overthink. Tell me where you are. I'll send a car for you. I'm at Thunder Martial Arts Hall. All right, wait a bit. A car will be there soon. At Jiangcheng 2 High. Principal Zhao Yao was still being interviewed. When he heard the top 3 admission officers had arrived together, he was shocked, then quickly ended the interview and called Su Jingming to come to school. He then personally led the 3 mentors to the school's VIP reception room, serving each of them a cup of hot tea.
Dear teachers,
Please wait a moment. Su Jingming will arrive in about 10 minutes. As a rank 2 awakened, and the principal of a middle school, Zhao Yao is a notable figure in Jiang City. Yet now he acted very humble, with a very respectful attitude, because he knew that these 3 big shots were people he could never afford to offend. Even the pressure they naturally emitted, typical of high-rank awakened, made his heart tremble. It's fine, Principal Zhao. Go tend to your business. We can just wait here for a while. Zhang Shaying, Magic City Uni's admissions director, waved his hand with a gentle smile. After letting Zhao Yao leave, he turned to look at the other 2.
He smiled and said, "You two."
It seems we haven't gathered together like this in a very long time. Besides him, in the room, there were another man and woman.
The 2
Were Su Yun from Qingjing Ability University, a woman with a full figure and pretty face, and Wu Yuan from Jincheng Ability University. A middle-aged man in a gray robe, with long hair, like Zhang Chaoying. They were the admissions directors for their schools. Years ago, before they became directors, they had met at various recruitment sites. But since taking their current roles, they rarely traveled, so they hadn't met since then.
And now?
For Su Jingming's Saki, the three had rarely met once again. Mr. Zhang, let's skip the small talk. We all know exactly why we're here. Let me state this clearly. Su Jingming is going to Qingjing University. Su Yan, the recruiter from Qingjing University, had a personality as fiery as her figure. She didn't waste time on pleasantries, stating her goal right away. You say he's yours just like that? I say Jincheng University wants him too. Wu Yuan from Jincheng wasn't backing down, snorting coldly. Seeing this, Zhang Chaoying rubbed his temples with a headache. Due to the annual college leagues, the three top schools' demand for talent had always been for the best of the best. Especially for a provincial top scholar, the atmosphere was incredibly tense. Even recruiters getting into fights was not unheard of.
He didn't mind this, of course.
When it came time to use strength to show the school's power, he wouldn't hesitate. But this time, things were different. Zhang Chaoying cleared his throat and said, "You two came all this way, not just because he's the top scholar, but because of his ability, right?" Nonsense. Su Yan rolled her eyes. The moment she saw Zhang and Wu, she knew their goals were identical. They were all here for Su Jingming, specifically for his likely S-rank ability. In that case, once Su Jingming arrives, let's first confirm his ability rank. Hearing Zhang Chaoying's proposal, Su Yan and Wu Yuan glanced at each other, and then nodded. Fine, check the rank first, then talk admissions. For a moment, the VIP reception room fell silent. But before long, with a whooshing sound, the sliding door of the room opened. A tall figure carrying a long spear walked in, led by Principal Zhao Yo. This person was Su Jingming. As soon as he entered the room, three gazes focused on him instantly. Since he came from the Thunder Dojo, Su Jingming was in loose training clothes. On his back was the broken obsidian spear. This look, compared to the suit-clad Zhao Yao, seemed a bit plain. However, that upright posture and the calm steadiness revealed in his clear eyes surpassed Zhao Yao, who looked nervous, facing the three recruitment mentors. Not bad. Su Yang couldn't help but nod. After the 5 Gaokao exams, most candidates would indulge themselves to celebrate, ending 3 years of high school. They wouldn't even think about training. But Su Jingming clearly just finished training. Based on this alone, he was beyond ordinary students. Moreover, all three were rank 5 mental type awakened, even without using their abilities. The pressure they naturally emitted wasn't something commoners could withstand. This fact was obvious from Zhao Yao's behavior. Yet Su Jingming had no reaction. Clearly, his will was firm and not easily shaken. As rank 5 awakened, what Su Yan could see, the others naturally saw as well. So, at this first meeting, Su Jingming gave the recruiters a very good impression. Su Jingming, let me introduce you. This is Miss Su Yan from Qingjing University. This is Mr. Zhang Chaoying from Magic City Uni. This is Mr. Wu Yuan from Jincheng University. Under Principal Zhao's introduction, Su Jingming learned their identities. Hello, teachers. Su Jingming looked respectful. He could vaguely sense the dangerous aura from these three. Clearly, they were at least rank 4. Student Su, we've seen your Gaokao battle videos. Your combat skills are strong and very impressive. But I have a question. Your ability doesn't seem to match the one initially registered as level 1 weak electricity. Can you tell us why? If it's inconvenient, that's fine. We're just curious. Zhang Chaoying spoke first, his tone very gentle. Principal Zhao Yao also looked on with curiosity. Of course, Su Jingming, already prepared, repeated the story he told his aunt. The day before the Gaokao, I was struck by natural lightning, which caused my ability to mutate. That is indeed possible. Before coming here, the 3 mentors had done their homework. They knew that before the exam, Su Jingming had been struck by lightning, so they nodded, accepting his explanation. Then Zhang Chaoying, in the middle, reached out. As if by magic, a Sifi-looking black device appeared out of thin air in his hand. The other two teachers weren't surprised. Student Sue, you probably don't know what rank your mutated ability is, right? I brought an ability tester from school. Come and try it. Su Jingming nodded and walked straight forward. An ability tester. He'd only seen one when he was 16. The one at a ceremony was huge, similar to a large refrigerator,
He'd never used a small one.
and didn't know how it worked.